The Twin Cities, the state of Minnesota, taking the Trump administration to court.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison and the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul are jointly suing the Trump administration over the influx of federal immigration agents taking over the Twin Cities. The lawsuit seeks to stop the unprecedented surge of more than 2,000 federal agents deployed by the Department of Homeland Security that has resulted in the killing of a 37-year-old mother and countless claims of civil rights abuses since the Department of Homeland Security forces began taking hold in Minnesota last year. Bill Alexander, Washington.
And the White House maintains video makes it clear the death of the anti-ICE motorist was an act of self-defense on the part of the officer who fired the shots. Democrat Senator Mark Kelly is suing the Pentagon.
The lawsuit comes a week after Defense Secretary Hegseth censured Kelly over his participation in a video that called on troops to resist unlawful orders. Kelly claims the Trump administration is trampling on his constitutional rights to free speech. The Pentagon's action could result in a demotion from Kelly's retired rank of captain and subsequent reduction in retirement pay. The suit asks the court to rule that the censure letter and any other punishments against the senator are unlawful and unconstitutional. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The investigation of Fed Chair Powell, the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says that is a Justice Department matter.
The president has every right to criticize the Fed chair. He has a First Amendment right, just like all of you do. And one thing for sure, the president's made it quite clear, is Jerome Powell is bad at his job. As for whether or not Jerome Powell is a criminal, that's an answer the Department of Justice is going to have to find out.
The government says consumer prices rose just 0.3% in December from the prior month. It was the same increase that we saw in November. On Wall Street, ahead of the opening bell, Dow futures down 65. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-909-4747. 800-909-4747. 800-909-4747.
China aims to exploit the trade rift between the U.S. and its northern neighbor while Canada's Prime Minister visits.
As the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney visits China, China's state media is calling on the Canadian government to set a foreign policy path independent of the United States in what it calls strategic autonomy. The Chinese government bristled at former U.S. President Joe Biden's efforts to strengthen relations with Europe, Australia, India, Canada, and others to confront China. Now China sees an opportunity to loosen those ties. Carney, for his part, has focused on trade, describing the trip to China as part of a move to forge new partnerships around the world to end Canada's economic reliance on the American market. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Russia has attacked the northeast Ukrainian city of Kharkiv with drones. Ukrainian authorities say at least 4 people were killed. News and analysis, townhall.com. An arson suspect admitted to targeting a historic Mississippi synagogue because it's a Jewish house of worship.
Stephen Pittman was charged Monday with maliciously damaging or destroying a building by means of fire or an explosive. The weekend fire ripped through the Beth Israel congregation in Jackson, Mississippi shortly after 3 a.m. on Saturday. No congregants or firefighters were injured in the blaze. Security camera footage released Monday by the synagogue shows a masked and hooded person using a gas can to pour a liquid on the floor and a couch in the building's lobby. Keith Peters, Washington.
No longer underpinned by taxpayer dollars, PBS News Weekend, the companion to the weekday NewsHour program, has signed off, fading to black due to federal funding cuts to public broadcasting. PBS News Weekend had aired Saturday and Sunday since starting in New York back in 2013, then moving to Washington in 2022. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
The tuest of all the days.
Yeah, we made it to Tuesday. It's going to be another, like 50s type of day.
Yeah.
I think it might actually get in the 60s.
I'll be honest, yesterday was like, it never got warm, but it got like, there was a point in the day where everybody I was like with, the group that I was with, was just like finding areas of sun to just stand in. It was like we all turned into cats.
Yeah. Yep. You're just like, oh, this is a good spot.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. Of course, Sean, you got to go out on the flight line because they announced the dates for the air races here in September, and one of the cool features of this year's air races will be a performance by our United States Air Force Thunderbirds.
Yes, they're going to be flying in September.
Yeah, and they actually flew in one of the 16s and one of the pilots and did a little meet and greet, and everyone got to go check out the F-16.
Shake hands and kiss fuselage.
That's right.
Had a great chance to chat with Major Samuel Larson. So big thanks to Major Samuel Larson, call sign Raz. For chatting. Yeah, this is actually his first year with the Thunderbirds.
With the Thunderbirds. Yeah, not first year in the Air Force.
No. Go by no means.
Yeah, they've got experience on aircraft before they get to the Thunderbirds. Is like now, I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe it's a 2-year stint for these guys. Like they'll go in and they'll do 2 air show seasons, and then I think who the commander. He's the second year. He's the second. The one guy. Right. Usually, they go 1 through 8. Thunderbird 1 through 8. This was number 8.
Number 8,
which is part of the solo teams. Like if you look at a Blue Angels Thunderbirds, it don't matter. They'll have like their diamond formation, which is like the first 6 aircraft. And then they have 2 what they call solos. Then they'll go and do stuff.
The interview that I was, it was only about 5 minutes, but it's up at ksvptv.com. We actually talked about some of his favorite formations, some of that, but also kind of talked about what his training was and like what it takes to become a Thunderbird too. So it was really a really cool interview. Good chance to chat.
If it wets your beak and you want some other, I know they're on Amazon Prime. They've got like these TV show documentary style National Geographic. They got one on the Thunderbirds. They got one on the Blue Angels. If you want to see what it's like for these pilots when they're in the air show, watch that. That is so, because it's all like the guys in the diamond and everything. They're and the commander in the one jet. He's the one calling all the shots, and they'll sit there and he's like, "All right, Randy, roll 3, 2, 1," and they're all cadenced to this thing. And it's weird to watch them.
He said in some cases as close as 18 inches apart.
Oh yeah, they're literally that scene from Top Gun where he's doing the that's what they do.
Inverted.
Yeah. but if you ever watch them like pregame, like before they go out there and all that, they have their meeting where they sit around the table and they all sit there and they're literally in their heads going to the move, and the commander's going roll 3, 2, and they're all the tables doing this and doing it. It is so much.
It's like a table read.
And by the way, they're doing this while controlling their breathing, fighting the G's and everything that they're doing with these high G.
Bunch of gangsters like Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg up there. They got to fight the G's.
Different G's. Not OGs. Not OGs.
But yeah, no, and he mentioned we were talking about kind of that whole aspect of things and how many there of the team there actually are. He's like, what you see in the sky isn't it. Yeah. He's like, there's a team of over 100 people on the ground, logistics, and it was funny too because after the interview, he was talking to Doug, one of our video producers, and he said, if you'll get with Thunderbird number 12 or Thunderbird 12. She handles most of our media.
Okay,
which is kind of funny. It's like
I think they give them numbers, like you said, beyond but the top 8 are the pilots.
Right.
Those are 1 through 8 the pilots, and then I think the other integral part of the teams that are like they have like there's the marketing person, but I'm pretty sure there's ground people that are kind of eyeballing and telling them when their stunts are all right. You're in the wrong spot here. Like when they're doing their training, which by the way. Part of their announcement, too, is they're going to be doing their winter training in New Mexico.
Yeah, actually, they're at Spaceport currently, he said. And I think he said then they're going to start doing training either in Alamogordo or somewhere nearby.
I think it was like Cruces area.
Yeah, Cruces, yeah.
Or TRC, maybe. But, they're going out there, and that's where they're going to do their winter training. So folks out in the western part of the state might get to see, why do the Thunderbirds keep flying around over here?
Why? What is with the constant sonic booms?
Yeah, what is? Yeah, I'm going to take a guess that and I don't remember the name of the move that he but it's the one where they basically fly straight up and they all just kind of spread out with their with the smoke and everything. I don't remember what that move's called, but I'm going to take a stab. That was the pilot's face. That's because it's a pretty impressive looking.
It is.
Thing
what was funny is they have that certain amount of smoke or the vapor that they carry.
Yeah.
And I guess, and I don't know if this is like protocol, but I guess when they land, they have to burn it off, or maybe he just chose to do so.
Yeah, I think they do got it.
Because he right when they landed, this is one of the videos I posted up on my personal Facebook page. He burned off the rest of the smoke that he had, and it just kicked up a giant cloud behind it. It was really, really cool.
That's when it breaks down. No, that's you typically don't see that in the real because we don't have smoke and we're not doing shows where you know what I mean.
Right.
That's for show. But yeah, that's and that's pretty cool that y'all got to go up and kind of see it, everything.
Oh yeah,
in there.
it was up close. Matter of fact, shout out to the city council who's out there. Some of the delegates were getting they got to go up the stairs and get up in the
I know
in the
they're not putting nobody in the cockpit.
They weren't getting inside of it.
That's
no.
a big.
But
now, if this was a static display jet that wasn't flying, you guys might got to sit in it, but because it's too risky to put your butt in that cockpit. And the reason why is that all the change and stuff, any of that gets in there, a jet is grounded for a long time, and you're going to make a crew chief very, very angry.
Yeah, no, and nobody actually got in. He walked him up the stairs, and the major was kind of standing there talking about some of the mechanics and the logistics and stuff.
And not to get uber nerd on you, that's an F-16D model because it had a 2-seater because that thing held 2 people.
Because he had his commander behind him.
Yeah. I think 8 might be the only one that's a 2-seater. I don't think all of them are. I think maybe 7 and 8 are 2-seaters, the D models.
Right.
But the others are C models, which are single 1 seat.
So. But yeah, it was really, really cool to get up close and personal like that.
Oh yeah, those jets are cool. I don't care what anybody says. They're just even when they're sitting there looking at them, they look like Ferraris, man.
Yeah.
They're just like, that's a rock star. And especially that plane, because that thing is cleaner and more meticulous than anything you ever owned.
I almost pulled a header into the wing.
Oh, did you?
We were walking around to get a better angle, kind of with the sun.
You would not be the first.
And I'm just walking along, kind of checking equipment, fixing my lav and all that. And I look up, and literally 6 inches in front of my face is the end of the wing.
You aren't considered an aircraft maintainer unless you got a few knots on your head from hitting wings or antennas or various leading edges or things off aircraft.
It was one of those Nature Boy moments or Ace Ventura moments. I was like.
Now, as long as you don't, when the aircraft's running, don't get anywhere near that intake.
Yeah,
you noticed when that jet came in, and even when it landed, people were steering very clear of that intake.
Yeah.
Even
what was crazy, and I know it was the taxi in thing, but he goes, one of the guys says, "We're gonna put the nose right here," and the guy was like, probably 300 feet away, getting taxied in. And they did.
Yeah.
It was right there on the spot.
Cool. I got to do some of that in the Air Force, not with the 16s, but when we launch aircraft or catch an aircraft from a mission, your crew chief, the guy who works on he's your A-man, and he's the guy that's leading the launch. And then a guy like me who's a weapons trooper, and all, we're not crew chiefs, we do other things.
Yeah.
We do what's called launch assist or B-man, and it's basically half the battle is just standing there by a fire bottle, just by a big fire extinguisher bottle, and standing there looking pretty. But then after a while, I have to go and pull pins for the landing gear. I got to help check the brakes and check the flaps, and then I'm the one who kicks chocks. The B person kicks it, but the A guy's the guy sitting there in the front, and he's the one doing the hand gestures. He's the one who's like, for instance, when the pilot's about to take off, he's going to have him in the X, which means don't move, and then when he instructs the B-man to kick chocks, so he'll go to him and do that move. Video guys, you can see him kick chocks. And then once he does that, and then he puts him back in the X to keep him there. Once the chocks are kicked, then you'll see the A-man do this. He'll point to the jet, and then this is telling him to boost up the engines, and then he'll guide them out.
If you've ever seen the movie Hot Shots, they have a great example of that. There's a guy doing pirouettes at one end of the carrier.
Yeah, and then they salute him. And once you get them and go them off, then they do that thing, and you see them, and then sometimes they'll slap the jet and then usually the pilot does some kind of rock thing back to him, and it's just it's Air Force tradition or military tradition.
It's like slapping the board as you walk out of the locker room.
Yeah.
Good flight, good flight, good flight, good flight.
Yep. And pilots have a whole language. They don't they like to talk with their hands. Wait to get two pilots in a room together and they're talking. Next thing you know, they're doing it. They're doing it, and like half their battle, like half their missions and their training, they're carrying little sticks with fighter planes in there. All right, now you're going to come in on this like this, and I mean, it from the outside in, it looks like children playing. But it's not. It's very serious.
But it's not.
But it's kind of interesting. So,
we're all internally just 7. So
yeah, but it's cool. I'm excited. But I was a little jelly of Sean because I would have loved to go on out there and talk because that's
and
I'm
honestly,
like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't. I had another.
We
commitment.
would have been better served having somebody like Mike out there because I don't know nothing about nothing. Now, granted, that gave me a chance to go in there, fresh faced, evergreen, and learn.
Problem is, I would have been. They're like trying to promote the big picture, and I'm like, and I'll be in there like going. So, what aircraft? What missions? Were you in? I'd be asking all that stuff. You go to Afghanistan? You bomb anything? And then I'd be talking about what do you carry on yours? Because F-16s are air to ground. They can, like an F-15, they only can shoot things in the air. They can't bomb things. An F-16 can shoot things in the air and bomb things.
Oh,
yeah,
fancy.
Yeah, it can bomb and it's got a gun.
Yeah. So does the pilot. But no, you can catch the full interview at ksvptv.com. Doug put that up yesterday.
Major Larson?
With Major Larson.
Yeah.
And
Raz.
The big show coming up in September. Get excited. And
10th through the 16th,
tell your friends.
I
think it is, the 10th through the 16th.
Off the top of my head, I could be off a day or two.
I'll have to check the exact dates.
I believe that is 10th through.
RoswellAirRaces.org for all the new.
I think it's just airraces.org.
Is it airraces.org?
Yeah, just simple airraces.org. At least it was last year. I haven't gone this year. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, for all the need to know info.
And if you caught yesterday, we had Bobby Thompson and of course Mike Spiritu from the EDC joining us promoting the event yesterday. But Bobby was kind of talking a little bit about some of the different. Of course, they've added in case y'all missed it. United Airlines is now going to be flying out of Roswell beginning February 17th.
Yes.
To Denver. So now we got American Eagle going to Dallas and United going to Denver.
Yep.
They're going to, I think, 2 flights a day, I believe is what Bobby told me off the top of my head.
Nice.
That's what I think he's saying. But you can go to the United website right now, start booking tickets. First flight's out February 17th here in a little over a month from now. So.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool stuff. So that was also part of the big stuff going on. Yeah,
a lot of announcements.
Yeah. So many announcements. But speaking of announcements, let me give you the rundown for today's show. Got a full slate for you. The Chaves County Federated Republican Women joined us, after the show yesterday. I recorded them. And so their next meeting is coming up next Wednesday. And now it's all business. Like the last 2 meetings, it was like Veterans Day and then Christmas, the November and December. So those were more celebratory type meetings. Now that we're in the new year and legislative session and all that, and they're going full back to business so they're matter of fact, I think they're going to have the Republican Party head for Chaves County join them, and the state head for the Federated Republican Women, also will be at the meeting next Wednesday. But we'll play that interview for you here in a couple minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Dr. Powell with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell will join us for his monthly visit, getting updates on it. I bet he was out there. He's an Air Force guy too.
I saw a few people that I recognized. There's a big crowd after all.
I mean, he's a busy man, but maybe he had a chance to poke around. And he's an Air Force guy. He's gonna be like all of us. We're like, airplane. We're all like that. That's what happened.
Like I said, we're all internally just 7.
That's right. Yeah. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we're going to replay our interview we had on Friday. Janice Morrow joined us with the New Mexico Community Foundation, talking about what they do for nonprofits and one of their benefacting organizations. We have Leanne Sandoval from Loaves and Fishes join us as well to talk about what they do. They predominantly they're kind of like if for folks living in Roswell, they're like Harvest Fellowship, but for the rest for like Dexter Hagerman, outside of Roswell,
right?
So I believe they are a Roadrunner food bank delivery pantry location. We're gonna play that interview.
There was a funny moment where Mike was right before the interview. Mike shout out to Jocelyn. He said, "Is it loaves, not fishes?"
Yeah,
we're very used to food, not bombs. So just the idea of a charity called Loaves, Not Fishes just made me chuckle. Do you have fish? We have bread. Speaking of eating, how's your tum-tum this morning?
I guess it's all right.
I brought snacks.
All right, what do we got?
A snack.
Right.
We'll get to it later. I'm gonna let you wake up a little bit because
if you're asking me how my stomach is, methinks this is not going to be a tasty beverage.
Let me put it this way. I discovered something that is one of my new favorite things.
Okay.
I want to see what you think about it.
Okay.
All right.
I grossed out my wife over the weekend. I had a hankering, so I bought cottage cheese. And you want to gross out my wife?
She's not a cottage cheese person?
Not only does she not like cottage cheese, she doesn't like watching people eat cottage cheese.
Really?
It like revolts her. So.
Okay. I'm going to make note of that.
I got my tactic fuel for, she starts
next time I'm
getting on my nerves. I'm like, I just got a hanker for some cream cheese or some cottage cheese.
Next time we're in a group setting, I'm just going to break out my mid-curd.
And she's like, you like cottage cheese? Like, oh, yeah. My grandmother used to make me eat this. I love it now. Right. I mean, I don't eat it very often, but I had a hankering. I was like, you know what? I do want some cottage cheese.
Yeah.
So I think they sell a lot more cottage cheese in January than any other month of the year.
Probably.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's my favorite way to consume canned pears.
You know what? That's how our salads, my grandma, it's either the canned pineapple, the canned pear, or canned peach.
Canned peach.
Occasionally she'd throw an apricot or something in there. And then it was all sitting on a salad, leaf of salad. with your pineapple or peach or whatever, and then a dollop of cottage cheese on top. And that was our salad with every meal she had.
Yeah, back in the day, kale was primarily sold to hold other foods.
Yeah. Right. It's a vessel.
To display it. Mostly at butcher shops.
Yeah. I never did eat the lettuce. But I got paid to eat the fruit because I didn't like fruit. So one summer, I made like $2. I got like a nickel. It was today. That was like $8 in today's dollars. So anyway, all right. It is 7:23. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 22 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 46%. Winds are out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. We are expected to hit the low 60s today. Sunny skies, a high of 63. Winds out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 33 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny and 61. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 29. For Thursday, sunny and 67. That's going to feel like summer for the last couple days. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, right at freezing, clear, overnight low of 32. Friday, cooler. We're going to be in the upper 50s, sunny 59. And then looking at the weekend, 60 and sunny on Saturday, 63 and sunny on Sunday. So not fair to Midland. 60s, dip in the 50s, 60. Look like Thursday will be a warm day, 67. Might even be a T-shirt worthy day there. We'll see. All right, it is 7:25. We're going to take a quick break, get your Roswell Livestock Report recap of Smiley Wooten. Then we're going to play our interview with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Hey, Roswell, New Year's resolutions are tough. Eat better, exercise more, remember where you parked. So how about one you'll actually keep? Drive something you'll love from Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford fast, fun, and easy. Right now, during the loan and lease termination event at Roswell Ford, we'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your loan or lease, even if you owe thousands more than your car, truck, or SUV is worth, so you can get massive savings on a great selection of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles. Buy now with zero down and make no payments until Easter. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if your credit is less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 2,112 head of cattle sold on Monday on a higher market with excellent buyer tenants. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold 30 to 50 higher, feeder cattle steady to 30 higher, packer cows and bulls sold steady to $4 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers, $5.85, $6.70. 3 to 400 pound heifers, $5, $5.65. 4 to 500 pound steers, $5.15, $5.85. 4 to 500 pound heifers, $4.85, $5. 5 to 600 pound steers, $4.29, $5.15. 5 to 600 pound heifers, $4.02, $4.85. 6 700 pound steers, $3.85, $4.29. 6 700 pound heifers, $3.47.50 to $4.02. 7 800 pound steers, $3.40, $3.85. 7 800 pound heifers, $2.92. $347.50. Packer cows $155, $165. Canner and cutter cows $145, $153. Packer bulls $175 to $80. Feeder bulls $160 to $170. Cow top half the cow calf pairs $3,300 to $3,800 per pair. Top half the bred cows $3,000 to $3,200 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And welcome back to the morning show. And joining us in the studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, we have Charlotte Garule and Rhonda Jasper back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Hello. Good morning.
In unison? Oh, love it. Everything good. So
Harmony.
That's right. So Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you as well.
I know you kind of end 2025 kind of on a more celebratory note. Of course, the November meeting, Veterans, December meeting, Christmas.
Right.
So January, legislative sessions, weeks away. I imagine this one's all business this month.
We are starting our business platform. Yes, we have Nancy Brenna, who's the new president of the New Mexico Federation Republican Women.
Okay, for the whole state of New Mexico.
State. So she's going to be coming in and just discussing her vision for 2026 for all the clubs. And, we're kind of strategizing how we're going to go
kind of a
forward.
State of the Union for the Federated Republic.
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly. And we also have
Kevin Berry is going to come in. He is the Chaves County Republican chair.
Okay.
And he's going to give us an idea of where we are in the county.
So you're kind of getting all the levels for the Federated Republican Women from the state level, and then for the actual Republican Party, the county level here.
Right.
So which, I mean, they're two different things, but they were obviously the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. their own separate organization, but they work hand in hand with the Republican Party. And
if we don't,
well, it's kind of
yeah.
it'd be kind of pointless. Yeah, and
exactly.
To be honest, let's face it, the Republican Party has to work in concert, all because you're outgunned and outnumbered in the state of New Mexico.
Isn't that the horrible truth?
Yeah. We're just strategizing how we're going to, take the year. It's going to be a busy year. You have your statewide candidates.
Yeah, it's election year.
You have county candidates. So, and the filing date for statewide and congressional is, February 3rd?
Yeah, we're less than 6 months away from primaries and stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's how we're right up on it.
Yeah, so we'll be bringing in the candidates so that our membership can get familiar with them. And we're going to be hitting heavy on our membership drive. So will be through September 30th. So we are going to be just hitting it hard and heavy.
If you've always had an interest in being a part of the Federated Republican Women, now's the best time than ever to sign up and join because we're about to get into a very busy season. We need more volunteers. We need more members from every aspect. Because at the end of the day, for folks to know, the Federated Republican Women's kind of a two-headed monster, and what I mean by that is the main focus is obviously conservative values, Republican candidates promoting Republican philosophy in the state of New Mexico. But the other side is the service side, working with youth, working with local organizations hand in hand to help support their missions and things like that. So regardless of where your heart is, whether it's on the political side or the service side, there is a home for you at the Chaves County Federated
absolutely. We
Republican.
have so many committees and, just that work with the community. We have scholarships that we offer to high school seniors.
Mm-hmm.
We have Caring for America that goes out. We work a lot with the Assurance Home.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Americanism, which goes out and hits the third graders, so they do an essay on Americanism. So, I mean, there's a lot of areas that you could join.
Absolutely.
And,
whatever your passion is. And, fellas, you are also invited to come be a part of the Federated. You will work in a, like I always say, auxiliary role because that's the first thing that pops into my head, but that's kind of where associate role. You basically, you work in support and help in various other ways. But as far as leadership and all that, it's females, women.
yeah. And like I said, we're looking at a very busy year. Of course, the legislation or the session starts soon, and then once that's done, we have our legislators come in and give us a recap.
Yep.
Plus all the candidates and statewide, local.
Every month from the next 6 months, we're going to be very busy, action-packed monthly meetings at the Federated Republic.
Yes. So we encourage everyone to join us, get that membership in, and let's get busy.
This is kind of one of those things. I know we all love to get on social media and complain about this and that and all this. But
I keep telling people it's social media, not drama media.
Yeah, well, that memo has not gotten out yet.
Right. No. Well, it's gone out. People just don't read it.
Well, as long as there's two people in a room and there's something to argue about, there's going to be an argument. That's just how it is. But but that being said, if you are that person that's kind of active out there, let's put your money where your mouth is. Let's get involved. Start doing the things that are actually going to align with what your values and what you want to see New Mexico change. It ain't going to change by itself, folks. You got to get out there and be part
if
of it.
you're not that person that's vivacious and out there and you want to be behind the scenes, that's absolutely there's a place for you.
Absolutely.
And we need every perspective, and we need as many hands and feet as we can get. So come join us.
It takes a village to really get this
it does.
going, and especially, obviously there's a lot of playing Switzerland for the first 6 months here because as we see more of the candidates come out, obviously you guys support all the Republicans, but once we have our primary season, which is going to be a little different this year because now we have open primaries in this state, which, I mean, you feel however you feel about that. That's the way it is now. There will. And after that season, it's lockstep behind the Republican candidates that will be making a run at the general election here in November.
Right.
So it'll but till then it is kind of so. But that again, being a part of the Federated Republican Women gets you a chance to meet some of these folks and when that young fresh face shows up to run for one of these positions, you get to learn more about them, and if you like them, you get a chance to I can get more involved with that campaign if I want to. I can help and whether it's knocking on doors or being at a higher level of that campaign. That this is a foot in the door to do that type of stuff if you're into that, and or maybe young folks that do have aspirations in politics and you want to meet and greet and get your foot in the doors and internships,
oh, absolutely.
come be a Federated Republican Women. That's a great.
We are really encouraging, the younger generation to come in and join us. Yeah, I mean, you guys are taking over when we're done. You guys.
We're all soon going to be on the porch yelling at you to get off our lawn, and so. Good. I look forward to that day, to be honest. So we need good hands.
So again, that meeting will be Wednesday, January 21st, and Nancy Brenna, who is president of NMFRW, will be our guest speaker, as well as Kevin Berry.
Yeah, it's always that third Wednesday of the month.
Wednesday of the month.
At the Elks. The Elks have, for the last 2 years now, they've been home to the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, obviously because of the convention center is still not available here. So and they are always, they put out a delicious lunch every single month, and it's a great and yes, it's a social thing as much as an informative thing. Come and meet. A lot of times you'll see the candidates, even though they're not officially campaigning or doing anything at the moment, they're there as Republicans supporting. And guess what? You get a lot of questions one-on-one time. You might see a state senator or state representative or a county commissioner or a city council member that are there that you get to meet and chit-chat with and talk to and things like that.
Well, and Charlotte's made some changes with the way we have lunch, so it's not a bottleneck. You're not standing up when the meeting starts. We're serving you before that.
Gotcha.
You
Everyone's
can sit
eating
down.
and watered and
That's
fed
right.
by the time the meeting starts.
And the meetings are succinct, and we get in and out in an hour.
Absolutely.
So if you're
that's
working,
the goal too. It's a lunch. It's designed to over your lunch hour here. So.
And I really appreciate that because I'm kind of a stickler about start on time and end on time.
Sure.
So.
Well, and
she cracks the whip behind me.
You need that. You need the I guess the train person though with the watch though. Always make sure the train runs on time.
So the doors open at 11:30, and we start the meeting promptly at noon.
Yeah.
And as she said, we keep it on schedule.
Right.
And
we work really hard to make sure at 1 o'clock you guys are heading back to work or
exactly,
whatever you got for the rest of the day. Here.
And you come out and enjoy a great meal. This month it's going to be chicken fried steak with gravy.
Can't go wrong
regular
with chicken fried steak.
Or sweet potato fries,
nice.
salad, dessert for $17.
And you are, at this point, you've already blown your New Year's resolution, so you can eat the chicken fried steak.
Right? I don't make resolutions anymore.
You're sick of eating salads at this point. You're ready for some meat.
So come out and enjoy a great meal. Listen.
Absolutely. And then come and, like you said, really hear the direction of the Republican Party for 2026 here, because you're going to have the leadership from both the county level and, of course, at state level with the Federated Republican Women. And quite frankly, we are blessed. We have a pretty well-run, very active Federated Republican Women here in southeast New Mexico, in Chaves County, Roswell. Not the whole state doesn't get to enjoy that. So we definitely, tell your friends, especially your friends that live in Albuquerque and Santa Fe and, I don't know, Corrales, points in between. We need to get those. Because I imagine Four Corners in this area are probably the kind of the strongholds for the Republican Party as far as terms of active participation and things like that.
Yes.
And so we need those numbers in other parts. I know you guys do your part here, but spread the word. You got friends and family that live in other parts of the state. Encourage them.
It takes the whole state to make a change. So
Absolutely.
we can't do it by ourselves down here in southeast New Mexico.
So again, that's Wednesday the 21st, 11:30 at the Elk, 1720 North Montana.
Can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And $17 for a great meal and listen to some very informative speakers. So we encourage everyone to come out.
And like I said, it's in and out, hour and a half. You show up at 11:30.
I mean, you can get there early.
If you get there 11:30 to eat, you'll be out the door by 1 o'clock.
Yes.
But if you roll in at noon, we'll get you
still
in and
out by 1.
We'll get you out by 1 here.
Absolutely.
You do not have to order a meal if you're still on your diets and everything. But
when you see us cutting into it, you're going to want to eat.
You're sitting there and you're going to smell the steak and you're going to see it and you're like, I should have got it. And you're going to sit there and it's like, you're going to eat that fry? Yeah, you're going to do it.
So, if you would like to order a meal, we encourage you to respond to the email, and that address is rsvp.ccfrw@gmail.com.
Good deal.
You can call me directly. My cell number is 575-626-6667, and I will take your order.
Absolutely. And pretty much if you know any Federated Republican Women member, you can get in touch with them and say, hey, I'm going to, and they'll make sure that you're on the list for next Wednesday.
That they will, yes.
But that being said, the sooner you do it, the easier you make it on the Elk staff and all the folks that got to prepare the meals and do all this stuff. So, and they understand. So if you're late to the game and you Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning, you're like, get me in, they'll find you some lunch.
Right.
They'll get it.
Absolutely.
But please try to RSVP. And if you don't and forget, I can't guarantee lunch, but we can guarantee you a spot at the meeting. So
Yes.
so come on down.
We'll have a chair ready for you.
And come and enjoy it and hear what here. And who knows, it might be the thing that kind of sways you to get more involved or see the big picture in New Mexico.
Absolutely.
Well, I like how you said last year we had a celebratory time. Sean Lee, my word, the picture in the paper of Charlotte just looking up at him, beaming like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Bing Crosby was there with us. You know?
Right.
We can't have that every week, or every month,
Yeah.
but we do like to have fun too.
Put it this way, you guys wouldn't get much of your day job stuff done. No, it would be. But man, we'd be hungry and we'd be well fed and happy and joyous. But this is the way you get involved. If you want to see positive changes, if you want to see your values and your opinions reflected in this state, this is how you get involved. This is from the city level all the way up to the roundhouse here. This is very much how you get involved in some of this stuff and see how the sausage is made. I know, but that's under you can really understand how government works, how from the state levels, from the good, the bad, the ugly,
and you don't have to know everything. I'm learning even now, and I've been in the Republican Party, been at Chaves County Federated Republican Women for years. I'm still learning.
Absolutely,
and so you don't have to know it all. Come,
Right.
we'll help you. We'll carry you along.
That's absolutely, and hopefully you don't know. I mean, there's a lot. It's very complicated and stuff, and if you don't deal with government dealings on the day-to-day basis, it's a lot to take in, and it's a lot of, it's that's why you kind of see sometimes, business leaders aren't necessarily the best politicians, and politicians aren't necessarily the best business leaders because they don't really run the same.
And Rhonda and I will be heading to a convention at the end of the month. Will be with all of the state clubs, and we'll be meeting in Albuquerque.
No, Santa Fe.
Oh, Santa Fe. Yeah, thank you. And we'll be in Santa Fe for a couple of days, and networking with all of the other club,
getting ideas.
I mean, there's always the friendly competition of who's got the better club and who's got the more members. And all.
Right.
But at the end of the day, everyone's on the same team, and they're wanting the best for New Mexico, and making sure that the Republican voice is heard and represented in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah, and it's a great time because you get to learn what Farmington is doing versus Bernalillo versus any of the other clubs, and share ideas and increase your membership and just get the word out.
Absolutely. Well, we're such a diverse state as far as you can literally live 50 miles from someone and have a completely different lifestyle and life and things, and that's true. People that live in Four Corners and stuff have very different experiences than we do down here, and vice versa. Or folks that live near some of the reservation and stuff, they've got different lifestyle than someone who doesn't. It's just and that affects change and how people look at things and how people react to things, and how in terms of how do we help everybody, but at the same time, how do we do it not break the bank and all that. And people have different opinions amongst the Republican Party, not just Republicans, Democrats. There's someone in folks on the Republican side and Democrat, they do not agree on how these things come together, and that's why organizations are important like this to hash that stuff out and then support and promote the candidates that align with that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
And New Mexico is a very, very liberal state. I would like to chip away to get us at the middle. That would be
awesome.
That would be victory one.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Did we cover everything?
I think so.
Yeah, do. Come on out. Come and enjoy some chicken fried steak. Again, it'll be at the Elks Lodge, 11:30 next Wednesday, which is the 21st. And come on, and if you want a meal, RSVP by reaching out to any of the members. You can shoot on Facebook or call Charlotte Direct here, or Rhonda or any of the other members.
Right.
And we'll make sure we have a meal set aside for you. It's only $17. It doesn't cost $17 if you don't get a meal, but if you do get the meal, it'll be $17, and I guarantee you spent that at McDonald's and got less food.
Absolutely.
Right now,
a whole
right
lot
now,
less tasty
right
these
now,
days.
You can't get out of there under $20 at McDonald's, even if you just got like a cup of coffee and a Danish, like, that was $10 right there.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in now. So a chicken fried steak dinner for $17. I could easily see you paying $30, $40 in any restaurant downtown for that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So
Good
come
deal.
out.
Did we
Come out,
get it
join
all?
us.
I think we
so.
did.
Excellent. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate the visit.
Thank
we'll
you,
see you
Mark.
next month.
We
And,
appreciate you.
And folks, reach out if you want to. Even if you're like, I don't know about politics, but I do love working with kids and stuff. Then there is very much a niche for you at the Chaves County Federated Republic.
Yes.
There's so much. Even and maybe you go in from that side and then you learn, how
we'll
politics
welcome
and
you
how
with
things,
open arms.
Yeah. It's a good way to learn about how New Mexico's run. Maybe
Yes.
if you have that server's heart, you do it through this thing, and as you are working with youth or working with some of the other stuff rubs on you. At least knowledge is power, and you understand.
Absolutely. It is.
Even if you don't want to necessarily get muddy doing it, you at least understand how it's worked. That's half the battle right there. If you know how the system works, then you can change it to your benefit or to your detriment, just depending on what you do with it. But
That's right.
But you got to know. You got to know how it works.
Got to start somewhere.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys. We'll see you next month.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
All right. Say warm, dry, cool, whatever is coming up next. It's New Mexico.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's all in today.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, exactly. But it's all by 3 o'clock. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, that's our interview with the Chaves County Federated Republic of Women. We'll be back on the other side after this.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. ICE agents remain under siege in Minneapolis, demonstrators still out in force. Meanwhile, Minneapolis and St. Paul, along with the state of Minnesota, have filed a lawsuit. They're hoping to halt the surge of ICE agents to their jurisdictions. That suit filed against the Trump administration. One of the higher profile battles of the culture wars will go before the nation's highest court today, the Supreme Court. At issue, state laws barring transgender girls from playing on female public school sports teams. President Trump is imposing 25% tariffs on countries that do business with Iran, where the government continues its deadly crackdown on protesters. And a handful of Senate Republicans objects to the Justice Department's criminal investigation of Fed Chair Jerome Powell. More details at srnnews.com.
Here's a question I'm getting at least once a week. My son or daughter, grandson or granddaughter is graduating, usually from a well-known university. Even with a degree, getting hired is not easy. And by the way, they have a degree in business, marketing, communications, sociology, psychology, or fine arts. Now, with any of those degrees, expect trouble in the job market. Here's what to do. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. When you're online, you're tracked. Keep your activities private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. Okay, here's a blunt but necessary answer. With any of those degrees, finding a good job is not easy. Best advice, go back to school immediately. Get a certificate in Applied AI Python, or AI for Business, or AI for Cybersecurity. Knowing AI is vital to getting hired in beginner career positions. And if you're in your first 2 years of college with any of the degrees I listed, change majors now. And join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletter to stay tech ahead at getkim.com. Ever heard of the audience effect? It's when we change our behavior when we think we're being watched. Well, online, we're always being watched. Your internet provider tracks everything you do, even in private mode. That's why I use ExpressVPN. It's the tool I trust to keep my internet connection protected. With one click, it hides everything I do online and sends it through a secure connection, so no one can see or track my online activity. Here's the best part. ExpressVPN works across all your devices, your phone, laptop, tablet, even your smart TV. One subscription protects up to 8 devices, so your whole family stays secure. Don't wait. Protect your family's internet connection today with ExpressVPN. Right now, you can get my special offer of 4 extra months with ExpressVPN. Just go to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim for 4 extra months of privacy protection. Don't wait. Check it out right now at expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's talk some girls basketball. You've got the Roswell Coyotes hosting the Goddard Rockets tonight at 5:30. That's part of the girls-boys doubleheader. On the girls' side, Roswell is 8-7 and Goddard is 9-7. Should be a good game. Roswell lost on Saturday at Las Cruces in their last outing, 53-28, while Goddard was walloping Chaparral 65-23 on Saturday. Also tonight, Dexter 11-5 playing at Elida. That starts at 5:30. The Demons on a 3-game winning streak. NMMI at 7-1 will be hosting Loving at 6 o'clock this evening. Hagerman at 2-7 will be playing Melrose, which is 7-6. That's a 6 o'clock start. Gateway Christian at 5-6 will be taking on Cloudcroft at home at 5:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Thousands of nurses in 3 hospital systems in New York City went on strike Monday after negotiations through the weekend failed to yield breakthroughs in their contract disputes. About 15,000 nurses are staging the largest nurses' strike in New York City history. Senator Lisa Murkowski has called for a congressional investigation into the Justice Department after the Trump administration announced a probe into the Federal Reserve, calling the move an attempt to coerce the central bank to lower rates. Jerome Powell accuses the Trump administration of using legal threats to influence Fed policy. President Trump will tour a Ford factory when he's in Michigan today, and he's scheduled to address members and guests of the Detroit Economic Club. Alphabet, Google's parent company, became the 4th company to reach a $4 trillion value Monday. The company's stock rose 2% after Apple announced it chose Google's Gemini to power its artificial intelligence features. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Artesia General Hospital presents your fall and winter health checklist. Fall and winter are beautiful seasons, but they're also cold and flu season. So here are a few quick tips to help keep you healthy. Tip number 1, hand hygiene. It's your first line of defense. Wash for 20 seconds with warm water and soap. Tip 2, holiday food strategy. Fill half your dish with fruits and veggies first. Pick lean meats and save room for just one dessert you'll really enjoy. Tip 3, protect your skin. Heaters dry the air, so moisturize daily and drink plenty of water. Healthy choices now mean more energy and a happier winter. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Amigo Machinery in Roswell is proud to be your hometown Kubota dealer, offering a full line of tractors, mowers, and construction equipment, plus genuine parts and expert service and advice. Locally owned and operated and here for you. Stop by Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell or call us at 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
It's Mornings with Mike Winters. He's portly, short, balding, short-sighted, and long-winded. Sorry, ladies, he's taken. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:53. Got a few minutes here for news at the top of the hour. Hey, tonight's the night for you to head on over to Dion's Pizza. They're on South Main and West Widely. Tonight, they're as they do from time to time, they do their community nights, and they benefit different organizations. A lot of times, different school booster clubs or other civic organizations. Well, tonight, they're going to be doing their community night. Tonight, they're going to be benefiting the Dexter High School softball team. So if you go on to Dion's Pizza and eat, or I guess shop, you can eat it whenever you want to, but purchase between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m., a portion of all your sales will go to the Dexter High School softball team. And that's between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. tonight. And you can come in, traditional, sit down, eat a meal, that kind of thing. You can do it that way. Or You can call ahead and order online, either at Dion, through Dion's.com, and you can do that for dine-in or pick up and take home. And all of those ways will support the Dexter High School softball team, but the window to do it is between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. this evening out there at Dion's. And if you're not a pizza person, of course, that's what they do, but they got amazing salads. I know, like, my family, my mother and father-in-law, that's like their favorite thing. They get the salad. They get that big family one that, and they eat that for, I think, like 4 days because it's so much salad. And I believe they get the one with the turkey. But that thing's great. And their sandwiches, I got to be honest, I got to spread out because I pigeonholed myself with their sandwiches. I got a sandwich the first time I went to a Dion's and had a sandwich. I got the turkey and I got the green chili ranch, and it's a 10, and I love it so much that that's what I get whenever I get a sandwich. So now I gotta untrain my brain and say, hey, maybe try the pastrami, or maybe give the roast beef or one of their other sandwiches a try, because I bet they're equally as tasty. I just had the turkey and said, this is good, and that's what I get every time when I get a sandwich. But whatever you're into, they got you covered. Swing on by between 5 and 8 p.m. this evening and help out the Dexter High School softball team by doing that. And big thank you to Dion's for continuing to do what they do. They do this, I think, at least once a month. They have a different organization or sports team or whatever that they're benefiting. So it's a great way to help out. Also, while we're talking here, now's the time to swing on by Roswell Ford because they've got some great deals on vehicles throughout the lot, and it's a great time to trade in and with the great deal, because right now you can buy now with zero down and make no payments until Easter. If you have credit issues, no sweat. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if your credit is not so perfect. Plus, they've got lower prices right now, exceptional rates, trading values, and a better buying experience all going on now. Roswell Ford, get on board, 821 North Main Street. Come on down and check it out. Or you can, and if you want to do a little pregame shopping, because buy your car, go online. Go to RoswellFord.com, and that way you can maybe narrow down your search in the comfort of your bathrobe or underpants or whatever. And then get dressed, and then head on down to Roswell Ford. And then you can kick the tires and check out those vehicles you saw online there, too. But definitely check them out, RoswellFord.com. So another thing they were talking about with the air races and all that this year, we were talking with Bobby there. Of course, we were talking earlier about yesterday they announced the dates for the air races, and they had one of the Thunderbirds here in town for all the fun stuff going on. And then, they're kind of announcing too that they're going to have all the classes for this year are going to be competing. There was I think 2 classes last year, but there were some things that they didn't have set up that they didn't want, or that they wanted, and so they weren't able to run last year, but all that is taken care of for this year. It's something about I think it's an emergency runway. I don't remember. It was like a runway or something they needed just for those classes, like an emergency deal, and that wasn't available last year, but now it's ready and will be ready for the championship races. So even the classes that, as we are new and learning the air racing and how it goes, the classes that are considered, I don't know if big boys is the right term, but the ones that are more popular. Those are some of the ones that didn't get to participate, and this year they will. As a matter of fact, when Bobby Thompson, their Air Center director, was on yesterday, she was talking about they're going to have a mock class in there. So they're adding a class of Mach. It means these aircraft will do Mach, breaking the speed of sound. That's pretty cool. If you ever been around when an aircraft breaks the speed of sound, the only time you'll ever see it generally is like at an air show or something, unless you're in the military, of course. But when they go full afterburner and break the speed of sound, they usually do it at air shows. I'll usually. If you ever go to an air show, and usually one of the military aircrafts, like I've seen F-22 go break sound barrier in an air show. I believe I've seen a 15 do it over the years, 16s, and all that kind of stuff. And so it's that's an experience if you do that. By the way, I'm going to nerd on you a little bit for the next 30 seconds. That F-16, that Thunderbird that was parked here on the tarmac yesterday for the ceremony and everything, that aircraft goes Mach publicly. I think if you go look it up on you go online and look up the specs on that, they will list it as going Mach 2.5, which is 2.5 times faster than the speed of sound, which is pretty darn fast. I know just from my own experience what they say on those, but what they are, that thing will do 3. You talk to pilots, it'll do 3. All right, it is 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Arousal, New Mexico. We will be back on the other side of news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The U.S.-based human rights activist news agency, which has proven reliable in the past, says the Iranian regime's crackdown on dissent has killed at least 2,000 people. Looking to punish the regime, President Trump is imposing 25% tariffs on any country that does business with Iran.
It's going to be complex at the very least. Here's an example. China is the biggest buyer of Iranian oil. He's in a very delicate trade situation already with their trade tariff war between America and China. Is he going to suddenly put a 25% tariff on China in addition to the other stuff they've been doing? It's already a very delicate negotiation. I wonder about that, quite frankly.
That's BBC's Jeremy Bone, and now President Trump has canceled any meetings with Iranian officials. He's telling the protesters in Iran that help is on the way. That's all he's saying about that at this time. Consumer prices rose a scant 0.3% in December from the previous month. That was the same increase we saw as in November.
Economists were expecting consumer prices to rise 2.6% in December compared with a year earlier. That figure based on estimates compiled by data provider FactSet. The yearly rate in November was 2.7%. Core prices, which exclude volatile food and energy categories, were expected to rise 0.3% in December from the previous month.
Correspondent George Williams. The Supreme Court hearing arguments today in a couple of cases challenging state laws that ban transgender girls from playing on female public school sports teams. Democrat Senator Mark Kelly is suing the Pentagon over his censure, taking part in a video urging military members to reject illegal orders. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down close to 300 points, with the NASDAQ trading 4 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
It's a feather in the cap of a high-profile Venezuelan opposition figure.
Pope Leo XIV has met with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado in a surprise audience. Machado is touring Europe and the United States after escaping Venezuela in early 2025. Pope Leo, the first American pontiff, has called for Venezuela to remain independent following the capture of former President Nicolas Maduro by U.S. forces. The Pope has expressed deep concern over the situation and urges the protection of human rights. Machado, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, dedicates her award to U.S. President Donald Trump and the people of Venezuela. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel says his government is not involved in talks with the U.S. President Trump has threatened Cuba following the U.S. attack on Havana's close ally, Venezuela. News and analysis, townhall.com. One Texas city has gone dry.
More than 100,000 residents in El Paso have been left with little or no water following a main break over the weekend, and it's likely to take until Thursday for operations to return to normal. The break in that 36-inch water main line happened Saturday night in the border city, which has a population of about 800,000. An official says the break was made even worse because of, quote, the way the pipeline itself was designed, along with how different connections of smaller lines were made to it. Jason Walker reporting.
This is day 2 of the New York City nurses' strike. The affected hospitals include New York Presbyterian, Montefiore, Mount Sinai. The union says about 15,000 nurses are off the job. Among their demands, manageable workloads and more workplace security. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
It's the deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Welcome to it.
Yeah. You know, I know that wasn't the accent, but it just, for some reason, reminded me of it. Over the weekend, because they're going to put out a new season of Game of Thrones.
I saw
HBO.
that. It's like it's a whole new spin-off series.
No, it's the next season of.
Are you talking about House of the Dragon?
Yeah, it's this next season of that.
See, I hadn't seen that. What I saw was something else entirely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing like a spin-off series. It almost looks like they're like going Lord of the Rings-esque, where it's like.
I know they do with Dune. They did that with Dune. They made a TV series off of Dune.
I saw a commercial for it the other day when I was watching regular TV. But it was like a big. It almost looked like, and I know it wasn't, but it almost looked like the origin story for Hodor. Because it was like a big. It was like a big guy and then like a little guy.
I missed that. But what I was going to mention was that they're getting ready to this year. I don't know when they'll release a new season of that Fire and Ice or whatever it is. So over the weekend they were showing like a marathon of the first season. I guess is it first or second? I don't even know what season we're in.
I think they're in the third season now.
Yeah, so season 2, I guess. Okay. And I gotta be honest, I was watching like, okay, all right, I have forgotten so much about that show that I feel like I'm gonna have to watch it again just to be. Who's this guy again?
YouTube is your friend. You can go on and just find a 5-minute breakdown of the first season or the first 2 seasons
for that show.
It's one of those where you will get the general picture, but if you want like the intricacies of the characters to know like why that guy does that thing with his eye, that's then you're gonna have to go back and actually watch it. The show that I'm talking about is called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
No,
so
I've heard of this.
It's a spin-off series. This one says it's based on the Dunk and Egg novellas, plus several other projects in development like 10,000 Ships, Aegon's Conquest, and animated shows, all expanding Westeros' rich history.
So they're trying to. It almost sounds like a more kid-friendly version.
It sort of seemed like that. Like it was, from what I saw, it was like big guy and little guy go on adventures.
Now, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to. But people show their kids. I mean, that's up to y'all. But I've seen the first Game of Thrones.
Right.
There is nothing kid-friendly about the first Game of Thrones.
Fair.
I would even argue this Fire and Ice, there's not much kid-friendly about that.
Yes, but you can also work around it. Because
I guess.
It's also dangerous because if you take too much of the edge off of Game of Thrones, then you have How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, I think HBO do what HBO do. Like, when they start a series, they get a little more salacious.
Yeah.
Like, they'll up the count a little bit. So if you watch the first season of Game of Thrones, especially the first half dozen episodes, yeah, it's a lot of that. But as the series goes on, it's less than that and more of the story.
And oh god, I'm sorry.
And they've done that same kind of deal with other, like the Twilight, or there was like a vampire show they had that was very much like that, and there was a couple. They do that on the.
And I'll tell you why
Sopranos
they do that, or one of the things is, and this sort of is like a relic of a bygone era. HBO, because it was the premium channel that everybody had to pay extra for, they always felt the need to push the envelope. Specifically,
you're paying for this. We got to give them something.
Exactly. The one that jumps into my head was the show Lucky Louie.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be like a standard 3-camera in front of a studio audience sitcom. Laugh track, the whole shebang-a-bang. But they worked in curse words and adult scenarios because it's HBO and they can.
Right, yeah.
And I think that we're in a different time because now that everything is sort of a premium,
sure,
everybody kind of pushes that envelope.
Right.
But now HBO feels like it's their duty to make their shows a little bit edgy. You know,
hold my beer.
We were doing this before doing this was cool.
Yeah. By the way, I'm even more psyched and I still can't pronounce the name of the show, but I don't watch the award shows, but apparently the Golden Globes is on, and Seahorn.
Pluribus.
Yeah, thank you. She won a Golden Globe, I think.
Oh, really?
She got.
Nice.
Yeah, Golden Globe for that show.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, now it's got critical acclaim. I've been wanting to watch it, but I gotta be honest. And everything that Gillian does, I gotta pay attention. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to devote my energy to watch this.
And that's part of the reason it took me so long to finish Saul, is because I knew as soon as I started it, this was going to be my personality trait for the next month or so.
So I've been kind of holding back, and I want to watch it with my wife, but I got to be honest, she's not as into things as much as I am. But
you also have to give her the benefit of the doubt. I bet if you tried it with her,
and I've broadened her horizon a little bit. However, there is I can't remember which episode, but something happened in Breaking Bad that she said, I'm done, I'm out, and that was, and it was like season 2. I think it was like one of the drug overdoses of the girl or something.
Right.
It was somewhere around that time that she said, I'm out.
I'm out.
Sons of Anarchy. They got really violent in the last. I mean, that show was for an FX show was relatively violent,
Yeah.
But the last season that got, because they killed everybody off, they had to button up the show, so everyone's dying left and right. Kim was almost bailing on that. I was like, Kim, you've been in like 6 seasons or how many seasons? Come on, finish this last bit. Jax dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
Dang it!
Hey, that's on y'all. That show's been out for like 15 years. Y'all know by now. That's on you. And so it's hard to get her. And then there's shows I know I just like Fallout. I just know that she's not going to be into that.
Yeah, but that's again one of those shows where you really have to be watching and paying attention.
I love that show though. To me it's almost I'm a mark for post-apocalyptic type shows.
Sure.
Any of that kind of but this one has that fun, almost a fun edge to it. Almost like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy violence and crazy, but it's kind of poppy campy too. And
right.
And this season, they've had some unusual, I guess you could call them cameos.
Oh.
Macaulay Culkin is in one of the episodes, or a couple episodes actually. And I'm sorry, I can never remember the guy's name. He's the Indian dude from Silicon Valley. He's also in the DirecTV commercials right now.
It's not Kumail Nanjiani.
I don't know his name. He's relatively famous. If you watch Silicon Valley, he was one of the main characters in that. The most recent thing I saw him in was, other than Fallout, was commercials for DirecTV that him and McElhaney did.
Soham Prek, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in it. He's in it. However,
No, it's yeah. Okay, I was right. It's Camille Nanjiani.
Okay.
So that comedian, that comedy show I recommended to you the other day, that's Camille Nanjiani.
Okay. He's a funny dude. I like.
He is. He's probably better known because he got jacked. Like he was cast in the movie. I think it was The Eternals.
Okay.
The Marvel movie.
I never watched
and
that.
And so he went from being like just a kind of not like skinny fat Indian guy to being, and I mean just jacked.
Well, that makes sense now because his role in Fallout. He's he's not jacked, but he's definitely.
It's a couple years removed from his Marvel makeover.
But his character's more an action role than a comedic role.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, where he's kind of broadening his repertoire,
which
a little bit.
he can. He's proven he can do the drama stuff. But he's also really funny.
Well, and his comedic characters generally play kind of the smart dumb guy. If that makes sense.
This will be hard to put in context for the camera, but that's his before and after.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he went from having
that's AI.
He went from having some man chest to having I want to say like maybe 10-pack.
Yeah, he got a little he's got a situation going on.
He's got a situation. A scenario's breaking out right around here.
Oh man! But anyway,
yes.
Fallout I highly recommend. If y'all, I love that show. I like the new episodes tomorrow, and I'm like, I can't wait. I want to see. And I'm kind of bummed right now because other shows I was into kind of wrapped up. Like Mayor of Kingstown's done, so I have no new episodes of that to look forward to. I did watch Landman, and finally, I don't know, Jocelyn, did you watch the most recent Landman? This Landman finally had something I was like, ooh, something like, I don't want to spoiler, but they kind of ended on a kind of a big deal.
Oh.
Have you watched it, Jocelyn? You can just thumbs up or thumbs down. You didn't have to get it.
She's got a breakdown, man.
Oh, yeah, well, it's because I got to lie, and her and I have been talking. It's like we love the show.
Yeah.
But the consensus has been, this season's dragging a little bit. It's kind of a lot of feel good, not a lot of drama.
Well, they're finally bringing stuff out, but it's like 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
And now it's
just when they got
drama.
my mouth all worked up with some drama, they're going to take it away for another year.
Well, the first season, they had to do a lot of the heavy lifting with world building, character building, letting you know who was who. And
they did a good job of keeping you in. Well, this one, now I like it because I'm hooked in, but if you're just joining the show for the first time, this thing's slow. I mean, it's just, the only thing that's remotely crazy is his wife again, whatever, because that's basically what it is. It's his ex-wife again. There.
Right.
And played by Ari Larder.
Ali Larder?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Sunday girl from Varsity Blues.
Ali Larder. Yeah. Sometimes I forget where the L's and the R's go.
Ari
Lighter.
Ari Fletcher. What was it?
Ari Fleischer.
But her, she's kind of a loose cannon. But kind of a loose cannon for good. And, and she's a helicopter mom, like big time. And she's not even trying to hide it. But anyway, other than her and her shenanigans, it's been kind of low key.
Kind of low.
It's a lot of this, father-son relationship building on 2 levels with Billy Bob and his dad and Billy Bob and his kid, his boy. It's kind of on both ends there. So I mean, I like it, but it's not the. All right, where's the cartel guy? There's a cartel guy, right? We're not, we're not here just eating soup and kumbaya. What's going on here? And then finally, this episode, they're like, okay, they're kind of, they're doing a whole risk about drilling offshore at this place and some gamble thing, and so that's how they're bringing it in, and then they hit him with your right about 2 minutes left in the episode. It's like, oh, big story arc here. James.
So I think that's going to be open for the next season, hopefully.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie, the thing they hit you with, that can't last.
No.
Oh, the show ain't Landman no more. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's gonna go south with with the cartel guy with Tammy. I think so.
And I'm liking Demi's character less this season.
Yeah.
Like she seemed stronger last season. This season she seems a little, I don't know. I think it's a word I can't say on the radio.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't like her. I don't know what they're doing.
Like I felt like she was more of like this strong, independent woman, and they're like displaying it, but it's not. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't ring true. Is that Dr. Powell?
Yep.
Okay, good. But But that being said, they finally got me something. I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next week. I have a question.
Part of me thinks that Taylor Sheridan basically sits in a giant room with like 6 whiteboards, and each whiteboard is the breakdown for one of his shows.
Yeah.
And so trying to keep track of and world build and character build with all of these shows, keeping all those plates spinning, I feel like sometimes one show has to take a lull so the other one can have its like moment, you know?
Right. Yeah. And then another show I started watching, I've watched the first episode. It's a Fox show, and I think it's called, is it called just Doc? I don't remember. It was on last night. They replayed the first episode.
I think I saw
and to be honest, why I started watching it, because the commercial for it literally reminds me of the 90s movie Doc Hollywood with oh gosh, I can't remember everybody's names now.
Yeah, it's just called
Michael J. Fox.
It's just called Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer I saw was I mean, all the different cases that they kept presenting were like insane.
Well, that's a different show. This show is the one where basically he's a big time doc that goes and sets up shop in a small town that you find out that he's got family there and all that. But it's very much like, you remember the movie Doc Hollywood with Michael? It almost sets up that premise, like, to me. It's and it may not be called Doc. It was on last night. And
no, this just premiered. It premiered January 7th on Fox. It's called Doc. It's, hang on, I'm trying to find the cast.
It's got Annie Potts is in it. That's the only name I'd recognize.
Let me find it.
But I think they also came out with a drama show, doctor show, too, at the same time.
Okay, well, then we'd be worth it.
Yeah, and I can't, maybe the other one's called something else. But Annie Potts is in the one I'm talking about. But it's
Best Medicine.
That's the one. Best Medicine. Yeah, that's the ticket. It was on right before Doc last night.
Gotcha.
So that's where my confusion lied.
Yeah, okay.
But that was all right.
Yeah, because that the other show, the thing that hooked me in, I'm like, I kind of want to see that, because it's right at the end. They're like, the one doctor looks at the other, says, "It doesn't get any easier."
Right.
You know, or I know you want me to tell you it gets easier. It doesn't.
It doesn't. They're gonna hit you with the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one's more campy, feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. The matter of fact, the doctor we learn in the first episode, which I'm gonna take a stab as part of the reason why he's in his small town, Doc. He's a doctor, a celebrated doctor with much accreditations, and he passes out of the sight of blood.
Oh. That I feel like those two things.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna flesh out that story as the season. But the first episode, he's a accredited doctor going back small town. He sees blood, he passes out.
So
and
now
something happened that causes this. I don't know what happened.
Now we've got that doc show, the doc show you're talking about. Then you've also got Grey's Anatomy, which is still on the air. You've also got St. Dennis Medical and Scrubs fixing to hit the air.
That's
I think the medical drama / dramedy really making a comeback.
Really,
bring back House.
Really kicking the law show's butts right now.
That's right.
Speaking of doctors, Dr. Powell from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. I don't know if he passes outside of blood, but fortunately his doctor is not that kind of doctor.
No.
So
it rarely comes up in his field.
That's right. Dr. Powell with E&M is going to join us here in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 21 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 54%. Winds are out of the north at 6 miles per hour. I don't feel like it at the moment, but we're supposed to hit 63 today under sunny skies. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear. Overnight low of 33, so one of our warmer overnights of recent days here. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny and 61. North winds at 5 to 10. Wednesday night, clear with an overnight low of 29. Thursday, I think it's going to be our warm day of the week. Sunny and 67. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. But what comes up must go down. Friday, we're back down into the upper 50s, sunny and 59. And then we level out, sunny and 60 on Saturday, sunny and 63 on Sunday. All right, it is 8:24. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute break here, and then Dr. Powell will join us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
At Carabelli Dental, we believe your smile deserves the very best. From the moment you walk in, our team provides unmatched customer service and a dental experience like no other. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. Whether it's a routine visit or you need advanced care, we make sure you feel comfortable, cared for, and confident in your smile. Discover the difference at Carabelli Dental, where your comfort and your smile come first.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455. Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, Dr. Sean Powell with Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, president of ENMUR, joining us, or back with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How's life at the college today?
Well, classes started yesterday, and enrollment is still going on this week for some of those courses.
Yeah.
And so there's still opportunities for people to enroll.
This is that last minute speak now or ever hold your peace week. If you took the class, this ain't going to work. You got the kind of the drop zone, but I didn't get a chance to sign up. I can get in now. Odds are you're probably going to miss your first class here at this point in the week, but so you have to play a little catch up next week. But you can still do that now. After this week, that's pretty much not going to happen. You'll just start here in the summer.
Well, and we'll have that second 8 weeks session as well. If someone didn't get everything in or is wanting to delay for a little bit, we do have that second 8 week session starting.
And that's kind of that works on those classes too. Now, though, the good news is you get that class in quick. The converse side of that is you've got a whole semester's worth of class to do in half the time.
It's like summer school.
So it's work intensive. But after 8 weeks, you've got the credits for that class, and if you're shooting for your degree or whatever, and that's kind of the last thing to get you over the hump, then that's a great way to go. But be it known that you've got to work twice as hard that semester to get because you're doing all the curriculum. same amount of curriculum, just half the time to do it in.
Got to get everything done quicker. Yes, sir.
Good deal. It's hard to it's hard to believe. We are in the year here, but it's like, oh yeah, this is the college is back now, because it's just it just always seems like we're still in that little holiday, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, they got another week, but no, we're almost halfway through January now, so yeah, they're back to school this week. So I guess it's just kind of flown so quick. I'm like, oh, we're still like in the New Year's afterglow here.
It is into 2026 now.
It is, and we're 2 weeks into the year here, going on 3. So, so if you did have some last minute stuff, come on and get that done. And of course, if you're a new student and this is your first week here, please reach out to the resources available on campus, whether they're right there on campus. If you need to talk to any tutors, any kind of financial aid, or certainly needs aid, food, anything like that. If you have food issues, food dependency, there are resources on campus that'll help you out with all that. So, I get it when you're going through school and that added expense and money's tight. If you need help, there are a lot of resources on the campus to go through that. And please make note where the tutors and those classes, you may not need them this week, but at some point in the semester, you might want to look them up to help you navigate through a term paper or a test or something that's the whole idea, is to teach you things so you learn them. And so, the classes are designed to challenge you. So there's going to be moments where if it's all easy, then maybe you're not challenging yourself enough. That being said, don't be scared or hesitant to use all those resources available to you at the campus. That is really sometimes the difference between success and failure for a lot of students is it's not how smart you are per se. It's do you have the ability to use your resources and do the things, use the tools around you to get the job done. And this is, that's all part of the college experience too. So if I'm off on anything on that, please don't hesitate to cut me off on that.
No, we have a writing lab, a math lab, we have an ESL lab, and so all of those things are beneficial all the way around the board.
Absolutely. There's a lot of resources there, and please tap into them, because I know, especially, new students first, you kind of learn, especially if you're out of high school, you kind of have to learn your new routine a little bit, and trust me, I've been through it, and so has everybody else that's gone. That when you transition to a very structured environment to high school, to a much more, no, there's not going to be someone to wake you up, make sure you're in class. You got to get up and go and do all these things. There's not someone to call after you saying you missed class and all that stuff. That's a transition for some folks, and so if you're having difficulty with that, use your resources. Do that. If you that's why I always tell first-year students, like, this, you have to. Don't sign up for an 8 o'clock class. And you're like, well, 8 o'clock, but by week 3 into it, you're going to be bailing on half the classes if you're not disciplined. It sounds like I speak from personal experience there, but anyway.
Could be. Could be.
But it is an exciting time, too.
It is. We will have a Martin Luther King Jr. celebration next Monday.
Very good.
So on the 19th, I think it's going to be at 11 o'clock is what time it's going to start on our campus. I understand there's going to be a march that's going to be at the courthouse a little bit earlier on Monday. I think maybe 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so if people want to do the march and if they have time and want to come down to the campus, we'll have an observation and have some speakers and some youth coming in to talk about.
Is that going to be at the Performing Arts Center or the
ITC Commons?
ITC Commons. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can go there and you, like I said, and I just know from past experience they do a really good ceremony during the Martin Luther King celebration. They've been doing it for years now, but they do one of the more, I don't say thorough is the right word, but just they do it right.
we have a great committee that puts it together, and we're getting the word out, and hopefully social media, and we'll get some things in the newspaper. But on Monday, campus will be closed in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., and so we'll be doing that observation of his life.
Absolutely. Use some of your extra free time that day to pay remembrance and come and if you don't know, learn. And if you think you know, learn some more, because I bet there's going to be things you learn at these days.
Yeah. So. Another interesting thing is, for the first time in quite a while, we're going to have a team that's going to be our livestock judging team, and it's an academic team, not a sports team, but they are going to be going to the Western Stock Show.
Okay.
Not to compete, but more to observe this first time.
Okay.
And then I think they have 3 competitions scheduled for the rest of the spring semester.
Okay. And are they training to be judges, basically? Livestock judges, basically?
Yes, livestock judging, just like in FA and 4-H.
So I'm kind of curious, how does their do they get animals that have flaws in them and have to spot them? How does how does their competitions work? I'm just curious. I have no idea. I'm just curious.
They have a set of criteria that they judge the different animals on, and then they have multiple animals depending on which breeds and what they're looking at in terms of the different types of livestock.
Okay. I just didn't know. I mean, I knew there was a learning, but I didn't know if they're like, all right, competition time, and like, okay, spot the flaws in this heifer or whatever it is.
Well, I think seeing what flaws might be there, or seeing what strengths are there, and being able to identify those,
seeing what a difference
and
between
communicate them.
A good one and a bad one is, I guess, there and all that.
Right.
And of course, my head, and I'm not. I grew up in D.C. I'm not exactly a farmer rancher background here. So I just remember, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite when that came out years ago. And there's the scene where he's just drinking the different milk. This one got into a mustard patch. I know, something like that.
Well, there's different types of livestock or agricultural judging, I would say that. And we'll host the FFA Amigos tournament on our campus again. We usually bring in around 1,000 to 1,200 students from around the state. Okay. That'll be a little bit later this spring. But the livestock judging, again, they're going to go up to the Western Stock Show in Denver. We want them to see the top-notch, top-end type of competition, and hopefully the weather will be good for them next week, and they'll be able to travel up there.
Yeah, and clearly see, how the pros do it, so to speak, and do all that. But so they're now and this is where I'm a little, because I know you see them at the county fairs and state fairs and things, but is that a career, or is that more of a hobby skill set in the farming and ranching, or can these guys make careers as livestock judges?
So if you think about the auctions that occur, most of the auctions now occur online.
Gotcha.
And so one of the big fields in agriculture is agricultural communications.
Okay.
And so being able to identify different, if you say like if we're looking at cows, looking at different types of cows and looking at different herds, if it's goats or pigs or whatever it is.
Help determine price and value and all that kind
of stuff. And being able to determine the strengths.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's the day job. Yeah, I always think of everything from that educational level, and it's like, I just figure those guys just are really like rabbits, and they're just good at shot. I know a lot about them. Never thought that, they probably work for some company that's evaluating the purchasing of livestock and things.
Well, and again, we still have the auctions that occur, but more and more there's more digital and more online showings of the animals, so they don't have to be hauled to one central location and then moved again to another place.
Yeah, it makes sense. Kind of like, not to sound crude, but kind of like in law enforcement. One of the most dangerous is transporting criminals to and fro, so keep them one spot safer, better. And obviously for the animals, it's more of a healthier thing, less stress, less burdens on them. So technically a better product, I would think. So.
Well, and again, don't want to speak for FFA and 4-H, but a lot of it is the way they do the communications and the speech and learning to frame arguments. And so there's logical reasoning that goes into it, giving rationale for why you're making the decisions you are. So it can be very complex.
Absolutely, yeah, and this is where, again, like I said, I didn't grow up in the farm and ranch world. I see the fair, and I'm like, that's farm and ranch, and I know, I know but don't know. There's so much more behind all that stuff, I just don't realize it at the time. I just think of it from that perspective. It's like, no, these are all, it's like a ranch rodeo. All the things they're doing in that is because this is actual work and things they do. It's not just we're having some fun with it, but these are all steeped in the day-to-day life of a rancher, or a cowboy. And so same thing with livestock shows and everything. It's we see it as this entertaining thing, or people like I do, but at the end of the day, this is just a day in the life of a farmer rancher type deal. And so I forget that disconnect sometimes. But anyway, it sounds like it's pretty exciting, pretty interesting. And obviously to have that level and stuff here, that's going to bode well for our farmers and ranchers having obviously a lot more qualified personnel to work at these ranches and things doing this type of work and things. So.
And I think it'll really be beneficial for the students. It'll give them more options.
Mm-hmm.
And for those students who have come out of 4-H and FFA, it'll be just taking it to the next level and being able to continue that skill set that they've learned from a very young age.
Yeah, and I always remind, when we have especially 4-H and stuff, there's so much in those worlds that don't involve livestock, I mean, especially, even in FFA, a lot of it's like if you have aspirations in political careers or those types of things, there is so much you're going to learn through FFA on that, parliamentary procedure, Robert's rules, just debating, just a lot of the same skill sets that politicians have or politicians need to be effective politicians.
Right.
So, it's a lot broader than cows and horses and fruits and vegetables. So, what else do we want to cover here for the college?
Well, I think, again, right now we're very thankful for everything that happened last year with the mill levy increase. We're looking at adding on additional career and technical education programs. Enrollment is pretty good right now, as far as I know, through the first day compared to last year. And we are also serving the dual credit students. We have another class coming in this Sunday for Youth Challenge.
Oh, great.
They had a strong graduation. And one of the things, just a shout out to Youth Challenge and Director Cisneros. They're working really hard. And Major General Aguilar, the Adjutant General for New Mexico, he's a NIMI grad. And so one of the things he really pushed, and General Grizzle and now General McBurnett, they have really worked hard to make it a placement for those graduates in Youth Challenge so they can move from the 22-week experience into the cadre or into the cadet wing over at the Institute. And when they move into that life of a cadet, they're really just continuing what had happened for the first 22 weeks in a more structured long-term setting.
And at the end of the day, they got a piece of paper that allows them to pursue whatever dreams they want to at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Really. And not to mention, I mean, you're a veteran like I'm a veteran. Some people just need that structure and discipline that the military provides. I certainly, I mean, I don't remotely live like I did. I'm not folding underwear in 6-inch square. I'm not doing all that. But just my mindset of prioritizing things, the military kind of put that in my brain. And I think that's a good thing, and I think with a lot of folks when they go through, I think that's where it provides them not only, showing them what's out there, but it really gives them a structure to how to obtain that through, starting through Youth Challenge and then hopefully continuing on into the Institute there if they choose to do that.
Right.
And so it really is a great, because it does. It's challenging, it's structure and discipline, but you know what? Every one of those graduates are confident and they built them up. They've given them the tools to be confident, successful people. And this is if you're religious, or to teach a man to fish or give him a fish, they're teaching people to fish every day over there. They ain't handing out fishes. They're teaching people to fish. And that's what they're getting this tools and skills to do whatever they want to do the rest of their life. So
well, and they had a good class, and we are proud to offer the educational components that we offer through the GED equivalents or high set equivalents for high school diplomas, and then also the vocational training. And another thing that's going on, and we'll be involved with this as they continue to develop it, is Job Challenge. And so Youth Challenge is here in Roswell. They have a follow-on program now in Albuquerque called Job Challenge. They're working with Central New Mexico College, and we're going to send some people from our tech ed programming up there to talk with them to make sure that the training we're offering is going to fit in for those cadets that are going to be moving into C&M's programs, because we want to make sure that they get a chance to get out and have a real life opportunity in an industry.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I know there are companies and organizations that they know what products come out of there, and they're probably snatching them up as soon as they graduate at the various levels, and they're saying, no, we know the quality of people that you are producing, and that's the kind of people we want working for us. And so I would imagine a lot of them have job offers lined up right out the gate when they're graduating, and they're walking stages and going into job interviews just like that.
Well, and certainly our graduates, our college graduates have an opportunity to do that across almost every one of our fields, whether it's in the health sciences or in the tech ed side. There's lots of openings.
And that's how Eastern New Mexico University Roswell is built. It is a community university. It's to provide the needs not only for just our average public, but it's to meet the needs of our business community. That's why you see, obviously, medical. There's a strong because that's medicine's needed everywhere, and there's never enough nurses, doctors, medical, and so that is at the forefront of ENMUR. Obviously, because of proximity and location, we can do a lot with aviation maintenance and pilot and all that type of thing, which is a unique trait that ENMUR has that a lot of colleges at that level do not get to experience. But and so everything that they now, if you're just pursuing a degree plan to get to the next thing, you can do that through ENMUR. But if you're like, no, I want something that in 2 years I can be making money doing this job, there are so many different paths at ENMUR that can do that, from welding to automotive to nursing to aviation maintenance to medical to a slew of other things that I'm just touching the iceberg on here.
Sure. Well, and I guess the other thing, the legislative session will start next week, and so we'll be up in Santa Fe.
Is there any rumblings or anything you guys are keeping your eye on early here, or is it too early to really go over that stuff?
There's been some discussions, and the administration's put forward a set of recommendations for their budget and their guidelines, and then the Legislative Finance Committee's put forth some recommendations regarding higher education, and so we're looking at the funding, and we've been very fortunate here in New Mexico with opportunity and lottery scholarships, and appreciate all the support of our local legislators in capital outlay for new equipment out at our campus. And so looking forward to being in Santa Fe next week and working with the legislators.
And that's one thing that, we can talk politics and all that all day, but I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that. But one thing I can say is I feel like as a whole, as a people, we're starting to just say, oh, we should invest as much money in education as possible here. Like, there's always been that, unless you're in it, people are like, I don't know, why am I going to do it? But I feel like people are starting to get, look, to have to a great community, you have to have an educated community to do that. So how do we do that? We make it as easy as possible to get education and training and provide resources. And so is it enough? No. But I'm going to say that, state, federal, and even, other levels, they're starting to loosen the purse strings a little bit when it comes to investing in education here, which I hope that trend continues. So.
Well, especially here in New Mexico, and again, appreciate all of the support we get from the higher education department and from our local legislators. And it'll be an interesting session. This will be the governor's last session as she moves forward this last year.
I imagine she's got a lot of passion or things she wants to make sure get done here before this one's out, and so that could be good or bad, just depending on what it is, I guess.
Right. I'm sure it'll be an interesting time.
It is. It's going to be. But I know you guys, you and many others around the state, keep talking to legislators and say, hey, at this time, can we really pass this legislation or really get things that died in committee last year? Let's see if we can get some more legs on it this year. Things like that too. So.
Right.
Anything else that we want to mention? I'm just trying to think if there's anything else on the radar coming up.
Just think to reemphasize, registration is still going on for the spring term, and then if you can't make it this week and you want to come in, say in the 8-week midpoint, there will have some courses that are available at that point to get some of your general education credits knocked out of the way if you want to do that.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, if you think, well, I'll try something but I'm not registered yet, use this time to get registered, get signed up. It's not very hard to do to get ready, but you gotta fill out some forms and do all that stuff. And then right after that, let's go visit those financial aid folks and get your FAFSA form filled out. Maybe we can get somebody to pay for, other than you, to pay for some of your 8-week classes, or if you're going to start in the summer here or whatever, But if you kind of want to, if you're thinking about it, like, well, I missed the window here, then come down to the college. maybe this week's going to be a little nutty, but next week when people are more settled in, then you can sit down, talk with an advisor, and kind of put a plan together. And whatever that is, what you're looking for, they'll sit down and say, okay, I see what you're doing here. This is the path I recommend we do it. And that's what they really sit down and talk. And you basically tell them, I'm trying to get to this point, and then they're going to say, all right, well, let's build a roadmap to do that. Right. And that's what those advisors do.
Yeah. I think just one other thing. We are on March 7th. That's a Saturday, going to hold a 5K, 10K half marathon.
Okay.
So we're going to do that out at the campus, and we're calling it the Spring Blast 5K, 10K half marathon.
Okay.
And this can be for people to walk or run. We'll have the course open for 4 hours, and so there'll be plenty of time for
so if you can't walk
people.
in 4 hours, and you'll do whatever Ks you got.
There'll be plenty of time for people to finish.
Sure. But it's a fun run. It's not. Now you can take it as serious as you want. If you're trying to break records, go for it. But we just want to get people out there exercising and raising awareness here.
And we'll have T-shirts and medals with this one, and registration information will be coming out pretty quick.
And it's a great way to support. What's the proceeds for this benefit?
And that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that. So this is for scholarship funding for the foundation.
Okay,
so it's in support of the NMU Roswell
So if you're
Foundation.
bad at golfing, come run with us.
And we're hoping for good weather. Yeah.
We'll cross fingers. It'll be. I will think it'll. What was the date again?
March 7th.
Yeah, March 7th. It'll. I think our winter scare is usually done by then. So I think March. Yeah, we should get an 80 by about then.
We're hoping we'll have a good day.
Yeah, not that time in the morning. Wait till about 3, it'll be 80, but it'll be nice.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you have any questions about anything we ever talk about here, roswell.nmu.edu is the website. You can find everything from registering for classes to seeing what classes are there to all kinds of, just the student life to, all the different, everything with the college is going to be there. Even if you're wanting to start your journey here and then continue on at the NMU campus in Portales, there's a portal to learn about all that too there too. So, and I also recommend, especially if you're new students here, if this is your first week of classes at NMUR, I highly recommend you like and follow all the NMUR Facebook pages and things, especially because that's generally speaking when bad weather hits and we're in that window. This is January, February. This is when we get our weirdest, out of the blue, nastiest weather. First place that usually pops up is right there on the social media. So that's usually where we get them from if we don't get them a call direct or whatever. And okay, I see NMUR's closed. All right, I'll spread the word.
And just to be clear, we're open today.
Yeah, today they are open. They're only closed when the weather's bad and they tell you as such.
But no, social media posting, and that's great. And we also have an Everbridge system that we would encourage the students, faculty, and staff to sign up for. And that's a way we send out emergency information.
Now you get like a personal text or phone call or whatever to. Yeah, kind of like RSD students and everything. You get the robocall.
Right. That's it.
Very good. Well, Dr. Powell, as always, appreciate the visit, and we look forward to next month. And anything in between or anything else we can do, don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And
all right.
Happy New Year.
All right. Did you get to play with the Thunderbirds yesterday? Where you get to
go?
No,
I got to see the pictures after the fact.
Yeah, me too. I had to go do something else. But I ain't going to lie, I wanted to be out there.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, sir. We'll see you next month.
Okay.
8:51, let's pause for news and sports and commercials. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. 2,000 and counting. Rights groups say that's the revised death toll from anti-regime demonstrations in Iran. Responding to the deadly unrest, President Trump, he's looking to tighten the economic screws on the mullahs. He also says he will have no meetings with Iranian officials, and he tells the demonstrators that help is on its way without elaborating further on that remark. State of Minnesota and the Twin Cities have gone to court trying to halt the surge of ICE officers to their jurisdictions. President Trump is heading out of town today. He's going to Michigan. He'll deliver a speech on the economy in Detroit, and then he plans to visit a plant that turns out F-150 pickup trucks, and that plant plans to expand its production. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks have turned negative. The Dow down 356 points, while the Nasdaq is off 103. More details, srnnews.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's talk some girls basketball. You've got the Roswell Coyotes hosting the Goddard Rockets tonight at 5:30. That's part of the girls-boys doubleheader. On the girls' side, Roswell is 8-7 and Goddard is 9-7. Should be a good game. Roswell lost on Saturday at Las Cruces in their last outing, 53-28, while Goddard was walloping Chaparral 65-23 on Saturday. Also tonight, Dexter 11-5 playing at Elida. That starts at 5:30. The Demons on a 3-game winning streak. NMMI at 7-1 will be hosting Loving at 6 o'clock this evening. Hagerman at 2-7 will be playing Melrose, which is 7-6. That's a 6 o'clock start. Gateway Christian at 5-6 will be taking on Cloudcroft at home at 5:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Wall Street reversed fortunes yesterday from red to green after the Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he'd been threatened with a criminal indictment by the DOJ over a $2.5 billion building renovation at the Fed's HQ in D.C. In a statement, Powell said the move was linked to interest rates. President Trump said he had no knowledge of the DOJ's move before it happened. The question is, will a grand jury be impaneled, or will the criminal charges remain on the table as a threat only? The markets think it's a threat only, and the Dow and the S&P closed in record territory on Monday. Gold, a traditional safe haven, spiked $100 on the Powell news. The value of the dollar dropped. Bank and credit card stocks declined on Monday after President Trump called on them to cap their interest rates at 10%. Company news, the chipmaker Nvidia is investing $1 billion in new labs with the drug maker Eli Lilly of Indiana. It's all about bringing AI to drug production. And Citigroup is axing 1,000 jobs around the world. This morning, we get the first of the fourth quarter earnings. We'll be hearing from the biggest of the banks, JP Morgan Chase, also the Bank of New York Mellon and Delta Airlines, and we're getting the latest consumer inflation data, CPI, as well. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey Roswell, New Year's resolutions are tough. Eat better, exercise more, remember where you parked. So how about one you'll actually keep? Drive something you'll love from Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford fast, fun, and easy. Right now during the loan and lease termination event at Roswell Ford, we'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your loan or lease, even if you owe thousands more than your car, truck, or SUV is worth, so you can get massive savings on a great selection of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles. Buy now with zero down and make no payments until Easter. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if your credit is less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:58. Stay tuned here. About top of the hour, we'll get you into Town Hall News. And then next hour, around 9:15 or so, although I think Sean's got us eating something first. So we'll do that. And then we're going to play our interview we had with Janice Morrow. She's with the New Mexico Community Foundation. And they're an organization that... think of them as kind of like an organization that helps other organizations and get nonprofits and things and helps them plug them into resources and stuff. And one of the organizations that they help is Loaves and Fishes. So we had Leanne Sandoval with Loaves and Fishes, who they work. Think of them as kind of what Harvest Ministries does here in Roswell. They do in Hagerman, Dexter, and those areas. So we're going to play that interview with Janice and Leanne next hour. So we'll have that for you. Don't forget basketball. I believe there's Roswell High tonight. That will be on KSVPTV.com. You can catch all the action there. Live streaming video of the game there as well. So we got, and then all of our basketball for Goddard High, Roswell High. Go to KSVPTV.com. Click on the respective Goddard and Roswell channels. And you'll find all of your basketball there. The one time you'll probably see that come back on radio is if the teams get into the state tournament. Can't do video there, but we'll talk about that here in a month or so. All right, it is closing on 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. To quote President Trump, help is on its way. The president addressing his remarks to anti-government protesters in Iran. Mr. Trump is ruling out any meetings with Iranian officials following reports that the regime's crackdown has killed at least 2,000 people. The president's also looking to tighten the economic screws on the mullahs.
The president said that any country that does business with Iran will be subjected to a 25% tariff rate on any business conducted with the U.S. He wrote online that the order is final, conclusive, and effective immediately. Meanwhile, the White House says the president is keeping all of his options on the table regarding Iran, including military options, as he considers how to respond to Iran's crackdown on citizen protesters. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities have gone to court trying to halt the surge of ICE officers to their jurisdictions. They're suing the Trump administration. The president heading out of town today.
He's going to give a speech at the Detroit Economic Club in addition to touring a factory in Dearborn, Michigan that produces F-150s. And my understanding is Ford is ramping up that manufacturing and also going to be hiring more American workers.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Day 2 of the New York City nurses' strike.
The strike is about getting a fair contract for staffing and also sticking to our health insurance, which is what Mount Sinai is trying to pull from us.
Mount Sinai West nurse Tristan Castillo, one of the 15,000 nurses out on the picket lines. Hospitals affected include New York Presbyterian, Montefiore, and Mount Sinai. Inflation cooled a bit more last month. Prices for gas and used cars fell, a sign that cost pressures are slowly easing. On Wall Street, stocks in negative territory this morning. The Dow down 294 points, NASDAQ off 41. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
French opposition politician Marine Le Pen is in court today, launching an appeal. Will determine whether she can run in next year's presidential election in France.
At the end of the original trial last year, Marine Le Pen was given a tough sentence that the judges felt reflected the seriousness of the crime. 2 years in jail and a 5-year ineligibility from public office. Now, at the appeal comes a last chance to overturn that sentence before the presidential election of next year. If she succeeds, and the result of the appeal won't be known until the summer, then she'll be free to run once again to lead the country. It'll be her 4th attempt, but this time she'd have a real chance of winning. But if she fails at the appeal, then she'll have no choice but to let her young lieutenant, Jordan Bardella, be the party's candidate for head of state.
The BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris. Russia has launched an intense drone attack on the northeastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. At least 4 people killed. News and analysis, townhall.com. Paying tribute to the legendary boxer who could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
The U.S. Postal Service is honoring Muhammad Ali with a commemorative postage stamp. The stamp features a 1974 Associated Press black and white photo of Ali in a boxing pose. The unveiling will take place in Louisville, Kentucky, Ali's birthplace and home to the Muhammad Ali Center. Because they're forever stamps, the first-class mail postage will always remain valid, what his wife, Lonnie Ali, calls an ultimate tribute. Ali was known as one of the greatest boxers and a candid figure on war, civil rights, and religion. He died in 2016 at the age of 74 after living with Parkinson's disease for more than 3 decades. I'm Marcela Sanchez.
No longer underpinned by taxpayer dollars, PBS News Weekend has signed off, fading to black due to federal funding cuts. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, happy Tuesday. Welcome to it.
Yeah, hope your Tuesday's going well. And the weather is going to be 60, like 2 eventually. So it's going to be somewhat nice later today.
Yeah, should be shaping up to be a decent one.
As long as the wind doesn't pick up.
A little cool down towards the end of the week, but things should be leveling out by the weekend, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Thursdays are 67 down. Go out there and pantsless or whatever you do.
Well, if you're going into a Dollar General in Artesia.
Yeah, that was yesterday, or not yesterday, over the weekend.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, over the weekend, our boss who lives in Artesia, he sent a picture he found of a naked man hanging.
No, it wasn't a picture. He just told us.
Oh, he told us.
That there was a naked man that walked into the Dollar General.
That's right.
At 8 o'clock in the morning in like 28-degree weather.
Not that the temperature was the issue.
No.
It was 75. It's equally creepy.
I was just thinking, man, how bad do you have to be at strip poker?
Right. Well, and Gene told me, he goes, Sean had the line of the day from that thing because I think you replied.
I said,
something.
I'll thank you to mind your business about how I spend my Sundays.
James got a big kick out of that.
Nice. Weirdly, I thought I wasn't being specific enough. Like I was.
No. He literally yesterday when I was talking, he goes, Sean had the line of the day. Once. he made a point to tell me about it.
So time is of the essence. I've got a record coming
is your
in.
guest here?
Not quite yet, but.
Okay.
So I stumbled on these the other day, and I think I've made it clear that I'm a fan of weird foods.
Yes.
And for one thing, I love pork rinds.
Uh-huh.
They can be a bit much. I especially like the cracklins, the ones that are like the
I like
thin and
them,
crispy ones.
but I don't like them. Like I could never eat a whole bag of any of these. I can eat a few and I'm good.
What I found is a bit of a game changer.
Okay. Flock. Oh, I want to try these. I've been seeing commercials
These
for them.
are chicken skin crisps.
I've been wanting to try these, and I've been told they sell them at Target, but I've never found them at Target.
Now I found these at the Allsup's.
Okay.
Now this is the.
I've been itching to try these.
This is the Nashville hot flavor. I've had a lot of people tell me that the regular is just meh.
Okay.
But these, I'm gonna tell you, I've already burned through a bag of these.
Okay.
It's hard to quit.
Okay,
I was shocked how good
legitimately
these
wanting
are.
to try these. I've been seeing on Facebook, whatever. I get inundated with advertisements for these.
And you're
chicken
about
chips.
to some more because now your
I've
phone
already been
has
hammered.
heard us talking about it.
Because I really am curious with these because I've been looking for them and couldn't find them.
I'm gonna pass this over to you so you can just kind of take in the scent of it all.
Do you want to try these, Jocelyn?
Now this is legitimately it's chicken skin. Like they take the
it's
skins
made out of skins of chicken.
Now, and they're more akin to pork rinds in that they're very.
But it looks like
large,
like
smaller one here.
KFC chicken skin.
A bit, yeah.
It kind of does.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this and like I said, I went through about a bag of these over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But
I'm gonna get in.
Very similar to the pork crackling and crunch. Starts off like a pork rind, but then the chicken flavor comes around.
It's a heartier pork rind. Not as porous.
Right. But can you not see how addictive these
Jocelyn doesn't look like a fan.
are? Really?
Based on that face.
But I don't like pork rinds.
Oh, see, that's a problem. Yeah.
I have a.
That's understandable. But if you've ever...
I like these. I do want to try the other flavors. There's a barbecue one, right?
There's a honey barbecue. There's a tapatio flavor. And then the original. Yeah. So... But... I was shocked at how good these were.
Those aren't bad. They're better than they were better than pork rinds because pork rinds are. I eat like 2 or 3 and I'm like I'm good.
Right.
These
and
are,
the problem with pork rinds is you can't you can't dip them into anything.
And that's what I was like. I would anxiously try thry these.
Some
in a
guacamole
dipping.
or something. Let me see my guess is here.
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you have a guess?
Well, he's got to record. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a mark for French onion dip. I love like people eat chips and salsa here. That's how I feel about potato chips and French onion dip.
I feel okay. I feel like these would be great with some guacamole.
Probably, but I'd be equally tried them on some French onion.
Some French onion dip, yeah, that might be something.
I feel like I would like the barbecue better.
It is greasy.
Yeah.
It does leave your mouth kind of feeling like.
Well, that's the chicken skin feel.
But if you've ever been that kid that
like this bite, legit tastes like a cold, older.
Like you went into the bucket and you pulled the skin off of a thigh or something. Yeah, and they're like way low in carbs, 13 grams of protein, 1 total carb per serving.
Yeah, that's their carb bar. These are for like diabetics,
people who are on keto
and stuff. Yeah, that is the best healthy snack that tastes like not a healthy snack.
And a lot of the reviews are mixed online because, like you said, it's real. It's kind of on that line of, do you like pork rinds? Then you'll like these.
And I've been dabbling on like trying ice creams and things, and all of them are not hitting the mark with me.
Yeah,
this one's something I'm like, okay. Like I don't think I want all the Nashville hot. By the way, after 2 or 3 of those, it gets hot.
It does have a little kick to it. Yeah,
I'm thinking, oh yeah, there's a little kick to this. But I do want to try the original just to see by comparison.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I was going to get them. I was going to get the original to try alongside of him. They're wildly expensive.
I'm about to say, how much is for that little snack size bag?
Probably, I think it was like $4.99 maybe.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It was.
They got to make these things cheaper. I can't afford to eat a snack size bag that costs the price of a meal.
Yeah, that's why you got to stretch them out, which is the problem with these because you fold them up, you're like, okay, I'm good. And then you sit there and you stare at the bag, you're like, all right, a couple more.
Yeah.
So,
but that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
That, as far as healthy snacks, that's like I'd rather eat those than these new Slim Jim ones they got. What are they called? The beef?
Oh, the beef sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are all right, but those are better.
These are not bad.
I like those better. Oh, excuse me. Now I got the burps. All right. Let me recharge my burps here with the with eating the chicken thing. Let's pause for weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, that dust that they got on there does have a little heat because I got some on my lips and now I'm licking. I'm like, oh, it's getting warm again. But those are good. I've been looking for those chicken chips. Could never find them. Ask my wife. She was, because I saw the thing online. I saw said that the commercial. I think I saw on Facebook or whatever. It kept saying now available at Target. That's what I kept saying. So I'm like, I'm going to go to Target. And every time I go to Target, I never find them. But he found them at Allsup. So. But $5 a bag, I ain't eating that many of them. They ain't that good. All right, currently 29 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 41% with winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Today, expect sunny skies. 63 are high for today. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies. A little warmer than other nights tonight. 33 are overnight low, so just a tick above freezing. Doesn't mean it's not going to be cold, just not as cold. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, 61 and sunny. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, we do drop down to 29 for an overnight low. Under clear skies, calm winds. And then Thursday, our warm day for the week, sunny and 67 with winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, we're going to be right at freezing. Clear skies, 32 for an overnight low. Friday, cooler. Sunny, 59 for a high. And then Friday night, 24 for an overnight low. 25. And then Saturday, we'll be back up near 60. Saturday night, clear, overnight low of 25. Sunny and 63 on Sunday. And overnight low of 26 Sunday night. And then for Martin Luther King Day, Junior Day on Monday, sunny and 61. So looks like we'll have a warm day Thursday, the cold day Friday, and just Midland 60s for the rest of it there. Let's see. It is 9:15. Before we take a break and all that good stuff, I do want to remind you tonight's the night to head on over to Dion's Pizza to participate in their community night. Each, I'd say at least once a month, they do a community night that benefits a different organization, nonprofit. And what happens is if you go and eat at Dion's between the hours of 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. tonight, a portion of your meal, the cost of your meal, is going to benefit the Dexter High School softball team. And they do this all the time with different other school organizations or nonprofit groups. Dion's is really committed to being a part of the community, and this is the way they do it. And so if you go and have dinner at Dion's tonight, you can stop in and order and sit down and have a meal, or you can go online or call through Dion's.com, and you can dine in or have it picked up. But if you do it between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. tonight, a portion of your cost of your meal will go directly to the Dexter High School softball team. So that is tonight, January 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Dion's Pizza. They're on South Main and West Wadley. Go on down there tonight and enjoy pizza. Or if you're not a pizza person, they got amazing salads, and don't sleep on their sandwiches. I love their sandwiches. Like I was saying last hour, be honest, I've had only the turkey with the green chili because that's my jam. I found it the first time, I loved it, and I have not ordered anything different sandwich-wise since. That being said, I think I need to start because they got a pastrami sandwich that looks pretty good, some roast beef. They got several different sandwiches that are on point there. But either way, whatever it comes with, like I think the turkey comes with Greek dressing. Just tell them, instead of the Greek, hand me a green chili ranch and dump that bad boy right on that sandwich. You'll thank me later. And I'm going to say, if you try it, because I got to be honest, I'm not a pastrami guy, but I've suddenly started liking it again. Like I'm saying, I did as a kid, I hated it, but I got a sandwich with pastrami and roast beef about a month or so ago, and I really dug it. So I think I'm going to go on a limb and just eat a full-on pastrami sandwich soon. And I think if anybody's going to give me one around here that I might like, Dion's is going to be it. So I think that's my next sandwich venture at Dion's is the pastrami, because I think my adult brain likes it now. My kid brain did not. All right, it is 17 minutes out. Close on 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to play our interview we had Friday. We had Janice Morrow join us from the New Mexico Community Foundation and Leanne Sandoval with Loaves and Fishes. The New Mexico Community Foundation is an organization that helps nonprofits find resources, things like that. And one of the organizations they're benefiting right now is, and have been for a while, is Loaves and Fishes, which they serve food to folks in need. They have a little pantry and everything there, and they service folks in the Dexter Hagerman area and all that stuff. So we're going to play that interview for you here in just a few minutes. So let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break here, and then we'll play that interview on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Artesia General Hospital presents ways to keep your home healthy this winter. Picture it, your home on a cool evening. The heater's humming, the family's cozy, and everyone is staying healthy because you planned ahead. Start with flu shots for the whole family and remind the little ones, washing hands is a superpower. Next, balance those holiday meals. Add roasted veggies, swap sugary drinks for water, and enjoy rich foods in smaller portions. And while you enjoy that warm indoor air, remember, your skin needs care too. Moisturize daily, run a humidifier, and drink plenty of water. A healthy home makes for a joyful season. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Hey, Roswell, New Year's resolutions are tough. Eat better, exercise more, remember where you parked. So how about one you'll actually keep? Drive something you'll love from Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford fast, fun, and easy. Right now, during the loan and lease termination event at Roswell Ford, we'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your loan or lease, even if you owe thousands more than your car, truck, or SUV is worth, so you can get massive savings on a great selection of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles. Buy now with zero down and make no payments until Easter. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if your credit is less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
I retired earlier than I expected to, so I was no longer covered by health insurance through my business, and I was too young to qualify for Medicare. But thanks to BeWell, I found a health plan that keeps me covered until I'm eligible for Medicare.
Let BeWell find you a health plan during open enrollment period, now through January 15th. For free help, schedule an appointment at BeWellNM.com. What's the best that can happen?
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
This morning, Janice Morrow with the New Mexico Community Foundation, and Leanne, what was your last name, Leanne? I'm sorry.
Sandoval.
Sandoval with Loaves and Fishes here in Roswell. Good morning, ladies. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for spending some time with us here on a Friday. It's kind of, actually, I got a feeling, we just had the Salvation Army folks here, I think, and we're staying in the same same conversation here a little bit.
Sounds like it.
Deal. So I guess talk a little bit about the New Mexico Community Action New Mexico Community Foundation. Thank you. I'm going to spit it out, and then we'll kind of transition to Loaves and Fishes here.
Yeah, absolutely. New Mexico Community Foundation has been around for about 40 years.
Okay.
And it's a community foundation, so that means that we work in communities, pooling funds, creating investments, so that we can then grant out money to small organizations, small nonprofit organizations. Okay. And because we're the only community foundation that serves the entire state, we spend a lot of time in smaller communities.
Gotcha.
Outside the Rio Grande corridor.
Okay. So being like obviously you have, grassroots organizations put together. That's one or two people that just started it because they had a vision. And you guys are kind of like the muscle for them, the ones that say, we're the strength, hey, you got an idea, let us create a foundation for you, a literal foundation, to allow that organization to grow, basically.
You got it.
Okay.
That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens with a community foundation. And New Mexico Community Foundation is unique in that not only do we grant out dollars for organizations, but we also support small grassroots organizations like you're talking about as a fiscal sponsor.
Gotcha.
So let's say you're a small nonprofit, you haven't quite yet gotten your 501c3 status.
And there is a lot of hurdles to jump through to get all that stuff, and intimidating.
Definitely.
And probably I'm going to take a stab in a major cause where a lot of these groups with good intentions don't get off the ground because they just don't have the knowledge, the resources to take that next step.
It's exactly what happens, is that they've got a great idea, but not really the backing behind that, the understanding of how to put all of this together and how to really run the business side of a nonprofit.
So you kind of make them, it's like, hey, you got an idea, we're going to turn it into something that's viable and from an idea to a actual working, breathing thing.
You got it. You got it. And so recently we just granted out about $165,000 through our Sustaining New Mexico program. Okay. And one of the recipients was Loaves and Fishes.
Loaves and Fishes. Well, transition time, segue.
Yes.
So, Leanne, let's talk about Loaves and Fishes. Based on the title, I can take some guesses, but I'm going to let you just kind of, eliminate the guesses. And talk a little bit about what Loaves and Fishes and what that organization and what's your passion.
Okay. Well, Loaves and Fishes is located in Hagerman.
Okay.
And we serve families in need from Dexter, Hagerman, and Lake Arthur.
Okay, so you kind of cover the rest of Chaves County.
Exactly. Yes. Roswell has several places that people can come if they need food. So this is an opportunity for those folks down there in the valley. So
and this is and this is also some of the things where maybe folks that are in need, they don't have the resources to even get here to do to access those things. So you're like, well, we will come to you.
That's right. We do. We have people that walk to get the food. They have bicycles, motorcycles, but not a car. So anyway, we started about 20 years ago.
Okay.
2006 was our start date.
Nice.
And,
don't look a day over 19.
Thank you. Actually, I always refer to the start as the little church lady from Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Yeah, we had about
You're ageist a little bit, church lady for saying.
Yeah. Now you know my age.
Well, I knew it, so I'm right here with it.
So we had about 5 little church ladies in Dexter and 5 little church ladies in Hagerman. They both kind of came together and said, we think this is the problem. We think we need to do something about this. So they had a big garage sale, and they found a resident there in Dexter that was already feeding people out of his garage.
Okay, just said, hey, I got a plan. I'm going to just start firing up the grill.
It all came together. And they started buying food and boxing it up and putting it out.
And it got kind of big all of a sudden.
Yes,
But that's great. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and so things have progressed.
Okay.
We've been so blessed over the years that we now have our own building.
Okay.
And we are a 501c3, and we have we help about 75 families a month.
Okay.
And that has not changed over the 20 years. It's remained about that.
That's it. Just kind of an
same
even-keeled
amount.
number there.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
So
there is and this is one of those double-edged swords things. Room to grow, but we don't really want. You know what I mean? It's like we're able to serve more, but we really hope the need's not there.
Well, we realized during COVID when there was so much help coming from the government, and that our numbers went down, and that was in a way kind of a relief that we were feeling a need, but that people weren't abusing the situation.
And this is and Chavez County as a whole, it's a great people, and that's when we as a county have sure experienced our fair share of whether it's floods or fires or storms or something different. The times.
Right.
We kind of go through a lot of stuff here, and that's always been that rally. Your neighbor's farm or ranch is got tore up by the storm. Well, let's go grab our shovels and saws and hammers, and let's go over there and help out. And that's the mindset of Chavez County.
That's the farm way, the way we do it. Yes.
Absolutely. So it's great to see that, like, that kind of continues with your organization.
Right. So we are an all volunteer organization.
Okay.
We don't have any paid employees.
So every dime that is collected goes back to programs and food.
Into food.
Yeah.
And we've got some great partnerships, even with people here in Roswell, the Harvest Ministries, the Altrusa Club.
All do great work here in our community here in Roswell.
Chavez County, United Way Chavez County. We've worked with all of those.
Good deal.
With all of those, and they keep the carts rolling. We
help keep the lights on.
Yeah, right. We are actually one of the only client choice pantries in New Mexico, and what that means is that our people don't come and just get a box of food and load it in their car.
Sure.
They actually push a grocery cart through our building, and they're able to.
It's like shopping in a store or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're able to pick what their family will eat.
Excellent.
And
which makes so much sense because you can give all the food in the world, but if everyone's not going to eat it, it's going to just go to waste.
There you go. That's right. That's right. So we have some wonderful volunteers that come alongside them, and depending on the size of their family, they say you can pick 10 cans off of this shelf. You can pick so many things.
As far as food donations, is it a cocktail of community donations versus are you plugged into like the Roadrunner Food Bank stuff with like Harvest Ministries?
Yes.
Like is it how do you guys get food to the building?
Roadrunner Food Bank is one of our partners, and we get some of our food from them. And then we have a lot of support from the communities with food drives.
Okay.
So we get support that way. And then we have just a lot of really good-hearted people that put some cash in our bank account once in a while, So, and
I just was curious because I know organizations here in town that feed, like Harvest Ministries. One of the problems they deal with is because they get a lot of donations from schools and things around here. Kids in the schools do food drives and everything, and in the summer months. The shelves get a little bare because do you guys experience similar types of?
We do. That's grant writing time is when summer comes is because we don't get as much support from the local community during the summer. But we've never run out of help, and we've never run out of food. So we're just very blessed.
Yeah. But that being said, we don't want to ever think we have to either. So we got to keep collecting. We got to keep donating. So folks, if you're in need, please come, especially if you're in outside of Roswell here and the rest of Chavez County.
Yes.
But certainly if you're like, well, my shelves are pretty good, but I'd like to, go, next time you go to the grocery store, I'm telling you, every little bit helps. You go to the grocery store, go down to the vegetable aisle, get your veggies, and go grab a few extras and then drop it off. That's it's such an amazing thing to do, and it's easy, and to be honest, an act as simple as that can change families' lives because now they know where they're at. And when someone has food securities, then the rest is it's game on. The rest of the once we're fed, the needs are met, then we can turn them loose to go excel and be productive and chase dreams and do all the things they want to do. So
yeah, you just about put our mission statement right into those words. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That is our goal, is to help our communities have access to healthy food.
Sure.
And so what food we don't get from food drives and Roadrunner, we go out and purchase at local grocery stores.
So when you do make those donations of checks and cash, that fills the void when sometimes the food doesn't meet those needs. Because obviously, hey, people eat the same, meat, but if like, well, we're lacking these veggies, we need to come and like I said, since you guys have kind of a real cool like store like thing, you're kind of now you got to be like people like, where's the craft? That lives in aisle 7. It's not in aisle.
That's right. Yes. So so we purchase really some of the staples of life: eggs, milk, breakfast
now
cereal.
You guys are able. Can you? How does that work for perishable stuff? Does that all come through Roadrunner Food Bank, or can you accept perishable donations?
We can accept perishable donations as well. And I'm going to put a plug in for the hunters. You can even get your deer or your elk processed through a grant, and the meat will come to us.
Excellent. So as long as you go through I guess a USDA approved facility, that's usually kind of
exactly right.
That's usually the because a lot of people are like, well, I got this perfectly elk, and it's like, yes, but if it's got to be professionally butchered to do. They don't let you do it in your backyard hanging from the tree and all that.
That's right.
That'd be great for your. And to be honest, there's probably nothing wrong with that, but because of how we're dealing with it, it's got to all be through whatever food FDA or whatever food regulations people they got to do that.
There's a website called Hunters Fighting Hunger, and that's where you go to find the places that you can have your meat processed.
And that's a great way to do it, because you all know, like we all know, you go out there and you get your elk, you get your deer, and you're ended up you fill your freezer, but then you're like, I got so much more meat, and your friends are probably like, I'm good from last time, and all this. So get it done through a USDA approved facility here, and then you can say, hey, look, I got a quarter of elk here that we can that's chopped up into steaks and ground up into whatever burgers, whatever you need is right here. So it's a great way to help.
Yeah.
So
we're always looking for volunteers. Since we are an all-volunteer organization, and we have jobs from, little tiny things that you wouldn't think of. We have our clients, we call them our neighbors, that come for help. They actually flatten the grocery sacks that we can collect from.
And it's something as mundane as that is probably a huge help.
It is. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to manage grocery sacks. When you get,
I have a fat lady in my garage. I keep. She's now a fat lady. Sometimes
she's a skinny lady.
She's a big lady that keeps stuff in bags in her, and now she gets fat.
Yes. Well, that's actually how we kind of manage ours. After we get them flattened, we put them in a little thing that.
So I call her the fat lady. I was like, fat lady's not fat anymore. We need more bags.
So that's right.
Oh man! So let me ask, if people are listening, what's the best way to find you guys, to reach out to you guys on?
We are at 120 East Argyle Street in Hagerman, right next to the post office.
Very good.
And
it's kind of hard to get lost in Hagerman. I mean, there's only so many buildings in town.
That's right. And so we distribute 3 times a month. The second and third Tuesdays of each month at 9:00 in the morning. And then on the 4th Tuesday of each month, we have an evening distribution for people that need a little extra help but maybe have a day job.
So when customers come in to can they just roll up in, or do they need to kind of pre-register and
they can just come in, and we have a database that we keep their information on, and it's
so you
all
kind of check in
secure.
Basically, and if you're new, then there'll probably be a few questions we want to ask, so we
ask very few questions. You don't have to show your income or your driver's license or anything. You just come in and say, I'm in need.
And this is where there is a lot of paperwork and red tape and stuff on I don't care if it's nonprofit, and so a lot of times especially in nonprofit world, you have to show proof of what you're doing, and so a lot of that information is probably used to say, hey, see the food you're giving us, this is exactly where it's going. So it's more or less for that information, not try to sell you a house down the road or something like that. Right. So just be known there. If people are interested in getting more involved, what's the best way to reach out? Do you guys have like a Facebook or social media?
We are on Facebook under Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry.
Okay.
And I'm going to give out my phone number if that's okay.
If you can call
me.
Okay. Absolutely.
So you could call me at 575-626-1778.
Okay. And if you want to come and say, hey, I'd like to volunteer. And you know what? I love when families do it. A lot of times families will go they'll bring the kids and show your children the server's heart. That's the best way, one of the best teaching tools to kind of show your kid the stuff they can't teach in school, the reading, writing, math and stuff, the heart, the humanity, how to be a good person.
That's right.
These are the ways to do that.
Character counts.
Absolutely. We're almost out of time. If there's organizations or folk that really want to say, hey, I want to get involved with this New Mexico community organization, how does that process start?
Oh, absolutely. We have a website, and we have social media on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
So you can reach us in any of those kinds of ways. If you'd like to make a donation, if you'd like to apply for a grant, if you'd like to set up a donor-advised fund. Those are really great opportunities for people who have money to give and want to help out in the community and want to advise where their dollars go. So it can be a endowed gift that the corpus of the fund stays there, but then the interest garnered is what is sent out to organizations like Loaves and Fishes.
Perfect. Okay.
Or other 501c3s that are near and dear to that person's heart.
Absolutely. So you can kind of earmark if you want to, kind of,
absolutely,
if you have a particular passion and stuff. And so I guess just look for New Mexico Community Foundation on Facebook, and it should pop right up there.
It'll pop up on there. And then we were always the New Mexico Community Foundation, but for many years went by New Mexico Foundation.
Okay.
And just the start of this year, we put community
so
back
you might find
in the
a
name.
New Mexico Foundation.
Yes.
And it's the same thing.
It's
here.
the same thing.
And then I imagine too, if you don't remember all we just talked about, if you type in Loaves and Fishes Hagerman in Facebook, it'd probably be the first thing that pops right up.
It
there
does.
Too,
we do have other Loaves and Fishes pantries around the nation, but
hit the Hagerman. That's why you put that Hagerman in there in case there's a Hagerman, Georgia, or something like there is in Roswell.
There you go.
Very good. Well, ladies, thank you very much and for joining us here. And please come back as we got updates and things to let folks know, and certainly keep us in. We love to promote everything throughout Chavez County, and anytime we can help get the Hagerman and Dexter and Lake Arthur stuff out there, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. God bless. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. I guess that'll be the key this weekend. Last weekend, like, stay cool. This weekend, stay warm. So
okay.
And
Thanks
put some
so
rocks
much.
in your pocket. It's supposed to get windy.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. 2,000 and counting. Rights groups say that's the revised death toll from anti-regime demonstrations in Iran. Responding to the deadly unrest, President Trump, he's looking to tighten the economic screws on the mullahs. He also says he will have no meetings with Iranian officials, and he tells the demonstrators that help is on its way without elaborating further on that remark. State of Minnesota and the Twin Cities have gone to court trying to halt the surge of ICE officers to their jurisdictions. President Trump is heading out of town today. He's going to Michigan. He'll deliver a speech on the economy in Detroit, and then he plans to visit a plant that turns out F-150 pickup trucks, and that plant plans to expand its production. Watching Wall Street this morning, stocks have turned negative. The Dow down 356 points, while the Nasdaq is off 103. More details, srnnews.com.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Look at California now. They're proposing this billionaire tax. All right, maybe that sounds great. You're not a billionaire. Maybe you don't like billionaires. They pay taxes on the money. I assume they pay their taxes, or they'd be in jail. Most people that are wealthy that I know end up getting audited far more than people, the middle class in this country. Okay, so now all these billionaires, like Larry Page, co-founder of Google, Larry Ellison of Oracle, they're leaving California. And one article today on FoxNews.com, they had $2 trillion of billionaire wealth that went into the coffers of California. $1 trillion of it has already fled in anticipation of this tax. It is insanity.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, folks, time to talk about real money, gold and silver. Now, the analysts, the guys behind closed doors, digging deep into the data, well, they are making big predictions for 2026. Now, they now see gold hitting $5,000 an ounce. Wow. How about silver? We're talking about silver surging toward an unbelievable $100 an ounce. I'm going to tell you what, I'm not waiting until I see these prices in the headlines. I'm taking action now. That's why I am a customer of the best in the business, and that is Goldco. They are my number one pick for gold and silver. I trust them to help diversify and protect my retirement savings. Right now, they're offering you a free 2026 gold and silver kit, plus a limited time offer where you can get 10% instant match in bonus gold or silver just for getting started. Call now, 855-815-GOLD, or just go to HannityGold.com. That's 855-815-GOLD, or HannityGold, one word.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's talk some girls basketball. You've got the Roswell Coyotes hosting the Goddard Rockets tonight at 5:30. That's part of the girls-boys doubleheader. On the girls' side, Roswell is 8-7 and Goddard is 9-7. Should be a good game. Roswell lost on Saturday at Las Cruces in their last outing, 53-28, while Goddard was walloping Chaparral 65-23 on Saturday. Also tonight, Dexter 11-5 playing at Elida. That starts at 5:30. The Demons on a 3-game winning streak. NMMI at 7-1 will be hosting Loving at 6 o'clock this evening. Hagerman at 2-7 will be playing Melrose, which is 7-6. That's a 6 o'clock start. Gateway Christian at 5-6 will be taking on Cloudcroft at home at 5:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good for the next couple of days. Big high pressure system over our area, not moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll get low 60s and sunshine today. Overnight, low 30s and clear, and then right around the 60-degree mark for the high on Wednesday and sunshine. Clear Wednesday night will warm up a little bit on Thursday to the upper 60s, and we keep the sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Consumer prices rose just 0.3% in December from the prior month. It was the same increase we saw in November.
Economists were expecting consumer prices to rise 2.6% in December compared with a year earlier. That figure based on estimates compiled by data provider FactSet. The yearly rate in November was 2.7%. Core prices, which exclude volatile food and energy categories, were expected to rise 0.3% in December from the previous month.
Correspondent George Williams. J.P. Morgan Chase reports a 9% rise in adjusted profits for the fourth quarter, benefiting from a strong economy in both consumer and investment banking. President Trump is traveling to Michigan today. He's promoting his efforts to boost U.S. manufacturing. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Drive into the new year and save like never before during the used car super sale at Roswell Honda. With rates as low as 3.99%, no payments until April, and over 20 vehicles priced under $20,000, including 3 vehicles available at just $177 a month with 0 down. The lot is loaded with amazing pre-owned vehicles priced right, so you're sure to find the one that fits your needs and your budget. But these deals won't last, so act fast. Hurry to the used car super sale on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:49. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. Don't forget to head on out to Dion's Pizza tonight. They're on South Main and West Wadley. They're doing their community night benefit. They do at least once a month. They do a different one for different organizations. But tonight, they're doing their community night benefit, benefiting the Dexter High School softball team. If you eat at Dion's there between 5 and 8 p.m., and that's, you can dine in or you can order online or on the phone and, go to Dion's.com and order for dine in, or you can pick up as well. But if you do it between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. this evening, all of a portion of your proceeds, your meal costs will go right to the fine folks at Dexter High School softball team. So that's tonight, 5 to 8 p.m. They're at Dion's Pizza. They're on South Main and West Wildly. So you have cups.
I do. I was going to save this till tomorrow because I didn't think we were going to have time. But
we got a few minutes.
A couple of minutes to kill. So with all this talk of Fallout, it's been brought up quite a little bit. Yes. I acquired something as a Christmas present for someone over the holiday break, and I was given part of that gift that I gave them as just kind of like, hey, thanks. So what I found was that in conjunction with the Jones Soda Company, Fallout released a 3-flavor pack of Nuka-Cola.
All right. Which
is Fallout-inspired Nuka-Cola. The flavors are a sour blue raspberry, which I have tried and is really good.
That doesn't sound bad.
I'm going to try to bring that one in for the next time. A sarsaparilla, which I understand is pretty good.
It's like a root beer.
And this...
A grape soda?
Nuka grape.
Okay.
So it's Nuka-Cola grape soda.
All right. I like me some grape soda.
That mine is full. It is full lead.
I'm not going to...
Didn't have a zero sugar variety.
Just have a sip.
And the first one of these I tried, I was like, do I need like a bottle opener or something? And it didn't occur to me until after the fact. Of course they're twist-offs because the caps are currency. And it even says it right here on the bottle.
That's right.
Save your caps.
That's right.
So.
It is currency in the Fallout world.
But that being said, I'm going to set this aside.
You a grape soda drinker, Jocelyn?
It's much better than chicken skin, I promise. Well,
see, this is my weird age. I cannot think of grape soda without thinking of Radar Riley from MASH. His was knee-high grape.
Okay.
But his beverage was always grape knee-high.
I got to say, it's not quite as like, I'm used to Concord grape soda, like Welch's,
Yeah.
It's not as that style of grape from the look of it. It's bluer.
Ooh. It smells like bubble yum.
Oh, yes, it does. Oh, my God. It smells like the... turn your mic on.
Let me turn your mic on here.
It smells like the grape bubble yum.
Yes, it does. Exactly. It smells just like grape bubble yum. I know. As soon as I smelled it, I went right to Ice Cream Man because that's where I got my bubble yum.
That is good.
That's exactly what I expected it to taste
It is not your Welch's grape soda.
It's not overly grapey. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't grape you in the mouth, you know?
Yeah.
It's a candy grape. I'm telling you, if this whole Fallout thing doesn't work out, repackage it with the Great Grape 8.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
put this out there.
That is spot on, like you mentioned.
Yeah. Who bottles their beverages?
Jones Soda.
Oh, it's Jones. That's right.
Yeah.
Kinda
Okay,
Jones.
but
That's
it's a
right.
Fallout edition.
Yeah, this is the Nuka grape.
And I'm not gonna lie, based on Sean and I's history with
Crafted
Jones,
for the post-nuclear future. It says.
I would buy
something
one
to
just
look
for the
forward.
bottle, just because we're Fallout fans. I think I would.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get that in town?
So no, they were selling it at Costco.
That's right.
It was $20 for a 12.
Oh, it was a Costco
for
exclusive
a 12
kind of
pack.
deal? Okay.
And I think it's like 4 of each flavor. And yeah, this one I bought on eBay for significantly more than that.
That sarsaparilla one. Just pair that with ice cream and make a root beer float out of it.
I bet that'd be really good.
Which this is a thing for me. Love root beer floats. Hate Coke floats.
I have to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Have you had the A&W ice cream float soda?
No.
Oh my God.
I haven't had A&W soda
I
in a
actually
minute.
bought it.
It's
Did you?
legit.
Yeah.
It is. It's.
I don't think I've
it's
seen
pretty
it.
good.
I haven't
It's at
looked for it,
Walgreens.
but I-
Yeah, they have it at Farmers.
Okay.
Specifically, it is a. It finishes almost like a frosty, like a Wendy's frosty. I was
Okay.
trying to think of what chocolate it compares to.
Yeah.
It kind of tastes like Hershey's chocolate
Okay.
syrup, but it finishes like a chocolate frosty.
I'm sure it tastes good, but here's my difference: is I need the lump of ice cream in it.
Well, I bet that with some ice cream would be.
That'd be
phenomenal.
out in the park. Yeah. But and that's, to be honest, I'm not a huge root beer fan, except for like root beer floats. Right. So I rarely will drink a root beer.
Now, do you like root beer or sarsaparilla?
Well, to me,
do
they're
you know
the
what,
same.
Is it the same for you?
To me, they're the same. They're, just a fancy.
Sarsaparilla is a
root
little spicier, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm not a regular root beer person either. I
Yeah.
mean, every now and again I am. But yeah, this ice cream float one, it is good.
Yeah.
That chocolate finish is.
Yeah,
Real
it
good.
sounds delightful. The diabetes will appreciate it.
Well, they have a zero sugar too.
Oh,
I actually almost bought that one by accident.
Okay.
Had to go back and exchange it.
Well, and this is a pleasant Jones soda. Like, I gotta be honest, Sean and I's history of drinking Jones sodas and the Thanksgiving packs. Jones soda is a 4-letter word to me,
It can
by
be,
and
yeah.
large. I know they do have tasty sodas, but every time I see Jones soda, I go green bean casserole.
Yeah, turkey and dressing, green bean
I wasn't
casserole.
there for that one,
Mashed
thank
potatoes and
gosh.
Oh,
gravy.
yeah, that was back in our Mix 106 days. That was the worst. To be honest, I still think the worst by far was the mashed potatoes and butter.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was the most, because there was an oiliness to it that really just was revolting. I felt like I just started drinking carbonated turkey leavings at things. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it was.
Oh, there's a QR code on the lid.
I wonder if it leads you to a Fallout thing.
Probably like some.
Well, imagine if it's since it's currency in the show. I wonder if it's like Pepsi bucks. Remember that?
Yeah.
Buy a Harrier jet. Maybe
buy
it's
a
something like
Learjet.
that.
I'll have to check that. I left my phone in the other room.
Yeah.
But have to look into that. But yeah,
So that's pretty good.
And to be
That's
honest,
good.
that would vibe very much with the Fallout because it's futuristic, apocalyptic, but looks like the 50s all at the same time. Yeah, it's all
50s
that.
Vegas. It's old Vegas, not New Vegas.
Not New Vegas.
Like to me, it's like going to Tomorrowland at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Because that when it was built, like I think they've modernized it some.
Yeah.
But back when I was a kid, it was like the 50s version of the future.
Right.
And it's like future, and it, and it looked like Jetson cars and all that other stuff.
Spoiler alert, they just got to New Vegas if you watch Fallout.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I'm caught up. The new episode is out tomorrow.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, that
so
I'm caught up.
they just got to New Vegas.
Well, I was telling Sean, I was like, they're throwing some cameos in this year. Macaulay Culkin is in some episodes of this. Like the dude, I can't remember his name from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Was spoiler alert, he's not in it for long.
Well, see, now I'm going to know.
He could have moved. You don't know.
He moved, yeah.
And they brought back the little guy that is now it was his friend, and now he's in the suit.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember what his name is,
Yeah.
but they brought him back as a ghoul.
Yeah. His buddy at the he's,
in the beginning.
Ironically, he's leading a group of kids now,
Yeah.
collecting caps. But
Sorting caps.
Yes. But I'm not gonna lie. I kind of dig Walter Goggins, most of his roles. This one's sealing the deal for me. I'm a full-on Walter Goggins fan. If pretty much anything this guy does, I'm gonna watch.
Well, it's Walton.
Is it Walter? I thought it was Walter.
Walton Goggins.
I thought it was Walter. Well, anyway, that Goggins guy.
But yeah, that Goggins dude.
Yeah.
And that's he's so like broad as an actor. He can go full blown comedy. He can go full blown dramatic.
I'm telling you, watch Righteous Gemstones. You of all people, Sean, need to watch that.
And I've started it. I just haven't ever had chance to.
Goggins gets. I don't think he's in the first season. Maybe he is, but he plays the uncle in the family there. I'm not sure if he's in the first season.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Yeah, is he in the first season?
I don't
remember.
No,
I don't know if he shows up until like 7. But anyway. I know you, Sean, and if anybody appreciate the humor and everything that comes from that, you would get it. You would love it.
Well, having been raised up in basically that environment.
Well, I know you love like the Eastbound and Down. You love all the whatever I can't remember his name right now.
Danny McBride.
McBride, yeah, McBride. It's vintage his work, but at a higher level. Nice. And to be honest, because I watched that show, I ended up watching the Vice Principal show. That is Goggins again,
right?
And McBride.
Now I've seen episodes of Vice Principals.
I watched it.
That show's legit.
I watched the whole series, the 2 seasons or whatever they've got on, and it's good. It was good, but it's weird. You could see the evolution of McBride stuff in there because like his sister in the Righteous Gemstones plays a teacher in Vice Principals, and you can kind of see. Okay, now I know who McBride's little circle of friends are.
He's got his universe.
Goggins is in there, and
right.
You really see it. I mean, you see some of that Eastbound and Down, but you really see it with Vice Principal and Gemstones.
Yeah, I'm holding out for Danny McBride to be in like season 3 of Fallout.
Yeah. Oh, and this is probably also why I like that It's Florida Man show because that's a Danny McBride executive produces and all that too, and that's if you've never seen that show, watch it. You've watched it, right?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, they've got a new season now that they put and I think I'm on episode 2 or shy of it, but that it's Florida Man, and that one's got celebrities every episode doing reenacting. The one the season opener, season 2, is a good one. Recommend that one.
All right,
that one made me chuckle.
Look forward to.
Something made me chuckle. All right, we're done.
Oh,
we're done, son. All right, if you missed any part of our show. You can always check it out at your leisure. Go to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all of our interviews there. And, of course, we'll be back bright and early with a new show starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Bright-eyed, and some would say bushy-tailed.
Yeah, by about 10 o'clock we'll be bushy-tailed. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you.
Talk Radio has landed on the all-new 106.